15, 2022. Zoom access opens before the event starts. As a condition of obtaining an e-certificate, webinar participants must enter the following Zoom link, and IDs of these webinar participants read their real full names, not the device name. Participants wear neat and polite clothes. Participants are expected to use the virtual background provided by the committee. If using a cell phone, please adjust it. During the activity, participants are expected to turn on the camera on cam. If only displaying a profile picture, is expected to bring up a polite photo. Participants are strongly expected to turn off the sound or mute during the webinar process. Webinar material and attendance will be submitted towards the end of the webinar. Please focus on the material presented by the speakers, and there is interesting door prize waiting. This order is conveyed. Hopefully, today's activities will run smoothly and be full of blessings. Thank you. Let's create innovation. This webinar is organized by Master Student of Innovation Management, Universitas Teknologi Digital Bandung, and supported by APTC, pelitajabar.com, CV Bona Engineering, dan juga CV Mekar Laksana Jaya. All right, let's just start the show because the time has sound 8:39 here. Good morning and welcome to the participants and invited guests of the international webinar, Saturday, October 15, 2022. First of all, let's pray and praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because of His bless and mercy. And second, let us greet and pray our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who had brought us the path of light. On this happy morning, you can gather without any obstacles, with healthy condition, at the very event we later look forward to, namely international webinar with the theme Link and Match, Synergizing Education in Global Technology and Industry. Previously, I say welcome to Dr. Insinyur Eka Purwanda, SE MSI, which represents Rector of Universitas Teknologi Digital Bandung. Welcome to Mrs. Rahmiati, MSCE, MPM, as speaker. Welcome to Haji Muslim Imran, SSE, M Infotech as speaker. Dear Mr. and Mrs. lecturers of the Master of Innovation Management, Universitas Teknologi Bandung, as well to the happy invited guests and international webinar participants. Ladies and gentlemen, and all of the audience, before we enter the core of the show, let me Anggit Praharasti, as the Master of Ceremony today, will read out our agenda today is as follows. First, opening. Second, prayer. Third, sing Indonesian song. Fourth, opening speech from Dr. Insinyur Eka Purwanda, SE MSI, which represents the Rector of Universitas Teknologi Digital Bandung. Fifth, speech from Mrs. Lena Susilawati SE, as Chairwoman of the Committee of the International Webinar Link and Match. Sixth, panel discussion guided by moderators Wawan Setiawan SE and Dr. Raden Dandi Tresna Suri Wibawa, SOS SE MSI. Seven, international webinar on management Innovation Talks with the theme Link and Match, Synergizing Education in Global Technology and Industry, which translates to Link and Match, mensinergikan pendidikan dalam teknologi dan industri global. 8. Question and answer session, and 9th, closing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's open this event by saying Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Before we go to the main event, let's start this event by praying first, so that the schedule that we carry out today can run smoothly. So praying begins. Finish. Well, the audience, I respect the next event is to sing the anthem Indonesia Raya. So please, the audience is requested to sit up straight and solemn. Ladies and gentlemen, then we invited Dr. Insinyur Eka Purwanda, SE MSI, which represents of the Rector Universitas Teknologi Digital Bandung, to give an opening speech. To Mr. Eka Purwanda, we invite you to the time and place.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First, I'd like to thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us this blessing so that we could hold this activity. Because of His mercy, we are sitting in this opening event in good health. I'd also like to say my thanks for Miss Rahmiati MPM as first speaker and Mr. Haji Muslim Amiren M. Infotech as second speaker, Miss Lena Susilawati SA as head of committee, Mr. Raden Dandi Tresna MSc as first moderator, and Mr. Wawan Setiawan SE as second moderator. The theme of this internal webinar is Link and Match, synergizing education in global technology and industry. Link and Match not only benefits the worlds of education, which becomes easier to adapt to the industry, but also the industry feels the same way by getting a reliable workforce while saving expenses in attracting new human resources because they are in accordance with their needs. In the Link and Match, lecturer and student must regularly update global technology by following the technology used into the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to say that Digital Technology University, or we can call Digitech University, was born in September 2022. Is a merger of STMB, Amikhas, Amik Tegal, and four new study program, namely Visual Communication Design, Industrial Engineering, Informatik, and Law. Dalam bahasa Indonesia berarti buat kawan-kawan semua yang hadir bahwa UTD, Universitas Teknologi Digital ini lahir bulan September 2022. Ya, jadi masih baru sekali. Gabungan ya, sebuah merger dari STMB, Amikhas, Amik Tegal, dan 4 program studi yang baru, yaitu Visual Desain Komunikasi Visual, Teknik Industri, Informatik, dan Hukum. Hopefully, this webinar event will be successful and Digitech University will get a good response from the public. Thank you. And by saying basmalah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, representing the Digital Technology University, I as the head of the postgraduate study program of the Master of Innovation Management, officially open this webinar. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
This is the speech delivered by Mr. Eka Purwanda. Thank you for your speech. The next one is speech from Mrs. Lena Susilawati SE as chairwoman of the committee for the international webinar Link and Match. To Mrs. Lena Susilawati, time and place is yours.
Thank you. This is Anggit. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Bapak Ibu yang saya hormati, pertama sekali, marilah kita panjatkan puji dan syukur kepada Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala yang telah memberikan kita kesehatan, rahmat sampai detik ini. Salawat dan salam tak lupa kita panjatkan kepada Nabi besar Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam yang menjadi contoh untuk kita semua. Yang saya hormati, Rektor Universitas Teknologi Digital, Bapak Dr. Insinyur Budi Jatmiko, MSI. Yang saya hormati, Kaprodi, Magister Manajemen Inovasi, Universitas Teknologi Digital, Dr. Insinyur Eka Purwanda, SE, MSI. Yang saya hormati, seluruh dosen, seluruh sivitas akademik, spesial keynote speaker, dua sahabat saya yang sudah hadir di Zoom hari ini. Spesial terlebih kepada seluruh peserta yang sudah bersedia hadir di room ini untuk sama-sama kita belajar dan mengelaborasi. Baiklah, good morning ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd like to thank Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving us His blessing so that we could hold this activity. Because of His mercy, we are sitting in this opening event in good health. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are excited to have you here. This will be an opportunity for us to learn from each other and grow together. For those who don't know me, my name is Lena Susilawati, a head of the committee Webinar International today, Synergizing Education in Global Technology and Industry. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank our speaker for taking the time to share their knowledge and giving real-life example. Thanks for all collaborators. Our topic is Synergizing Education in Global Technology Industry, and we're really excited to share that with you will discussing the latest information and giving you practical tips that you can use in your own work. We'll also take questions throughout the webinar, so feel free to type them into the chat box. And now, without further ado, let's start. Thank you so much. Good morning. Okay. Terima kasih. Demikian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mrs. Lena Susilawati, for your remarks. And ladies and gentlemen, we finally entered the main event, namely International Webinar, with the theme Link and Match, Synergizing Education in Global Technology and Industry, which will be guided by our moderators. Mr. Wawan, who has a background as academician and also a logistic leader. And also Mr. Dandi, which is Raden Dandi Tresna Suriwibawa, SOS SAMSI, as the second moderator, has background as English lecturer at Universitas Teknologi Digital Bandung. To Mr. Wawan and Mr. Dandi, time and place are yours.
Okay, thank you, Bu Anggit, for the time. Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you to Bu Rahmi for your available here in our webinar international. For surely that, yeah, it will be our honor to have your attendance here and sharing your knowledge. And yeah, especially in what you will bring to us is more practically how to see the link and match related with the synergization education in global technology and industry. Yeah, honestly, that it's related also with my field related in logistics. And fortunately, allow me to share about the breakdown of Bu Rahmiati. I noticed that the experience from Bu Rahmi is in Department of Transportation Contract Manager in New Jersey Institute of Technology, Adjustment Professor at Civil Engineering Department. And Bu Rahmi have an educational as the MSTA, Master of Science in Civil Engineering, and also as the Project Management College in Carnegie Mellon University, Master in Project Management. I notice also Bu Rahmi have special skill, especially in project management, in civil engineering and project scheduling, intelligent transportation system, solid water, web design, and brand marketing. Yeah, this is also interesting for me because in my side as the logistic leader, I'm as a employee related with the power plant industry, Bu Rahmi. So I will be curious also to hear your presentation later on in order related with the technology and also related with the education synergization that you will provide later on. And from the background of the award, notice also that Bu Rahmi have stated of New Jersey Coworker Recognition Award, and also have the award for the Asian American Heritage Committed Award. Okay, that's the general background. I think there are many other achievement or even this experience from Bu Rahmi. So that's I would like to share. Maybe Pak Dandi would like to have some opening speech first.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you very much for everyone.
Apologize, Pak Dandi, your voice not so very clear.
Okay, can you hear my voice? Can you catch my voice?
Can hear, but still small, yeah.
Oh, okay. What about now? Is it better? Is it getting better?
Still not so loud.
It's not loud enough.
I think it's enough. I think now it's enough.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, please, Pak Dandi.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, everyone, thank you very much for being with us for this special occasion about link and match synergizing education in global technology and industry. And I hope that we can learn a lot from our meeting today, and everyone can share knowledge and experiences on this problem. And well, in this morning, we are having two special speakers, and I do hope that we can get a lot from them. I think that's all from me. I hope that we can get the best from our meeting today.
Okay, thank you, Pak Dandi. So, in order to starting of the presentation and sharing the knowledge from Bu Rahmi, and hopefully, yeah, this is quite interested also because there are surely many updated or synergizing education from Bu Rahmi in the view of the practical. To Bu Rahmi, I would like to share. The time is yours, please.
Okay, thank you so much for having me here. And firstly, I would like to say thank you to my longtime friend, Ibu Lena Susilawati, as a chairman for the invitation. And would like to thank everybody here, the committee who put this event together, and for sharing, you know, obviously here we'll be sharing all the knowledge and information with each other. So I would like to say good morning to everyone, to the audience in Indonesia, and good evening to anyone in United States. I'm here right now in New Jersey, United States. Basically, it's around like 10 p.m. And so good evening for everyone here and anyone in the Western Hemisphere. So do not want to waste, you know, much of your time. So let's just start our presentation with synergizing education in global technology and industry. So if moderator, if you would you mind like to share the presentation PowerPoint to our audience? Okay. Without further ado, so today we will be talking about synergizing education in global technology and industry. This is very important nowadays because university is basically the gateway to the knowledge. So university has obligation to prepare their student to be ready to compete in the global market.
And also, university has to catch up basically with technology that right now is happening. And, it's very, very fast. The technology is ever changing right now. And the student and university both has to catch up to the technology to prepare students to be able to function well in the global market. So the use of new technology can actually enhance educational quality, can increase academic productivity, and can prepare students to be competitive in global market. I mean, look at what we're doing right now, right? Like we're here in the United States, and I'm sure some people may be in Jakarta, some in Bandung, some in any other place. But with the, the help of technology, we can communicate, we can share the knowledge, and we can, expand and enhance our, educational quality for the student. So let's see. We understand the background. We understand the importance of synergizing education in the global technology. So now the next question will be, what is the goal of doing that, right? So the goal of doing all these things to implementing all the technology will be to prepare students in the global market. And also, the thing that I noticed as somebody that actually work in industry and somebody who also involved in the academic, I noticed there is disconnected actually between the industry and the student. So when the student mostly graduated from university, a lot of them actually is not really prepared for the job. So this is the most important goal actually for university, which is to prepare students to meet the demand of the industry for the skilled worker. Because most of the time, students will understand theory, what they're studying in university. But the disconnect here is how to implement that knowledge into practicality within the industry itself. I see this, for example, what I find something really interesting. In United States, a lot of IT workers are from India, actually. This is something that really interesting that I think that maybe Indonesia can implement this. Back in 90s, before the IT become like a boom industry, India actually already prepare their student, their generation to achieve that level of expertise in IT. So then actually their government, their industry over there in India work together with the headhunter or job placement, what we know it in America, and place their actually student who graduate from India to obtain a job in America, because they prepare the student to meet the industry demand for the skilled worker. So this is what I think is very most important thing, because if we know like Indonesia is the fourth largest population in the world. So we have a lot of human resources that we can use. And I'm thinking that if university in Indonesia ready for that step, to prepare the student, not only to compete in the, within the country, not only to compete within Southeast Asia, but they can and be able to compete globally. So by preparing them, by seeing the opportunity in the future, what is the industry demand? What is the industry need from the skilled worker? So that is like one thing that I think we can, for any university to work together, like to come up with the idea to find, to enhance their offer of education to the student. And the thing is, see, everybody wants to have a good, great paying job, right? But the thing is about the real life, not everybody gonna get a great job after college, right? So some people will not get that great job. So what do you do? So I think the another goal by synergizing the education in the global technology and industry is to prepare the entrepreneur. So university not only to prepare a skilled worker, but also to prepare a student who, when they graduated from university, they will be ready to open their own business. So in this case, the university should actually help the student or even develop a program to encourage entrepreneurship. For example, I would say that if, say, the student studying a business or management, they can actually, the university can help work together with small business administration in Indonesia, and or it doesn't matter either Indonesia or if the audience here maybe from some another country, they can also like work with the small business administration in their own country, and to obtain like research market, like what product that they need right now in the market, and also like to obtain like a small loan, like loan financing for the bank, to have that kind of practical knowledge to the students. So when they graduated from university, they're actually ready to like open their own business, come up with the solution where they can sell either a product or a service, right? So now the next thing is, so we got to the goal, right? Like we know what we want from this, but how do we do that, right? That will be the next question, right? After the goal, right? The next question will be, how do we do that? How do university can, synergizing their education in the global industry and technology? So where we can see that, right? With using the new technology, the first thing that is online classroom, obviously, that's become very, very popular, especially during COVID. So we'll see, like, what we're doing now is a form of online classroom. What interesting is a lot of university in United States actually have what they call a massive open online course. For example, like Harvard University, anybody in the world, as long as you have access to internet and to the computer, you can actually enroll in their massive open online courses. So what is massive open online courses? Massive open online courses is basically a free online course. So university like Harvard University, they do offer a lot of free courses. So you can register, you can be their student, and you don't have to pay anything. It's completely free. So you can learn about anything there because they have like, open online course about law, they have open online course about engineering, they have so many options that you can pick. And then the next thing that, the university can do is to improve their IT infrastructure. This is using my experience itself, right? So when I was in college, actually here in NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, as a student, actually, we have what they call is a VPN connection to our campus main network. So it doesn't matter where I am with the computer ID and password that they give it to me, I can log in, I can open my VPN, log in, and I can access anything at the main campus main network. So basically, say as an engineering student at that time, I need to access software like Primavera, project scheduling software. So do I need to buy it myself, right? Or did the university offer it for me? So in this case, actually, university offer it for the student. So all I need to do is like log into VPN and then, and search what software I need and download it to my own computer or laptop at home. So this has really helped the student because, there's so many software available for students, so many information like journal, like for example, law student, they will need like law journal to read, or like for business student, they will need like business journal to read. So basically, the university provide there for their student by creating the VPN. So I think this one is a good example that, what can university do to improve their educational, thing for their student. And then the next thing I would say, like how to improve this, how to implement synergizing in education in global technology would be to work actually to collaborate with the industry and the government, right? So when you work with the government and the industry, say for example for engineering student, right, they will do a lot of university need a research grant. Basically they need grant to do research, so how do they obtain that? I know like a lot of like some department in Indonesia probably has already allocated funding for that, But also university actually can write a proposal and, to a different department. Not only like Department Pendidikan over there, I think that's what they call it, that usually give the grant and funding for university. But here, like in America, for example, university also send a proposal for funding to such as the Department of Public Work, like in Indonesia, or Department of Transportation here, just like over there is Department of Perhubungan. So they write a proposal basically to solve what the department needs. For example, like we're in like, in the Department of Transportation, pretty much we like Bina Marga of KU in Indonesia. We built the road, we built the highway, we built the tunnel, drainage, we built bridges. So in that case, there's a lot of issue during the construction. For example, the issue of high, carbon dioxide on the highway that need to be mitigated. So we try to solve that problem, right? So the university, actually, the civil engineering department come up with their own idea for research to solve that problem. So what they come out at that time is they write the proposal for the Department of Transportation, they write their idea, how they're gonna do research to solve that problem, to minimize the carbon dioxide. So what they did is actually, I attend the research showcase, one of the university that actually solved this problem. Basically, the Department of Transportation offered them, the research grant, and then the student in that university do the research for like a year or so, and then they come up with the solution by implementing, basically having some kind of plantation, vegetation along the roadway that absorb a lot of carbon dioxide and release a lot of oxygen. So this is an example that, like the university over there can implement it by working and collaborating with the government entity or with the industry even. Because, a lot of industry will also have that kind of issue that they have a solution and they need to solve that quickly. So instead of them hiring, say, a think tank, like company, some corporation who do a research, it will be cheaper and more beneficial for them to give like a grant to university, which is beneficial for both parts, beneficial for the university, because now they can release the publication regarding the research, and also is they can help their student, they can get the funding, and also at the same time, it will help the government or the industry who provide the funding, because now you solve the problem. And also in general, that will help, obviously will benefit public in general. So also another thing, when we're talking about entrepreneurship, right? Like we also want to create, to encourage students to be entrepreneur when they graduated from university. It's also actually the university can collaborate with the industry that can actually help the student, to launch the viable business. So basically, like they can do a market study, they can like work with a startup company, or they can even work like if they have a startup idea, or they can like, pitch that idea to a big company who are already successful. I mean, things like that. So now let's see like what example of the collaboration that happening in the world right now. We can like one of the, I found that really, really interesting, because this actually involves 3 different countries, right? Not only 3 different university in one country, but this is involved 3 different university in 3 different countries. Okay, the program it called is La Triada. So basically that's a Spanish word. So La Triada is basically a collaboration among 3 top universities in Latin America. So this university, basically University of Mexico, University of Colombia, and Catholic University of Chile. So what they do is basically they combine a program, they created a program, right? These 3 universities created a program. So that program, so the expert, the professor from each university who have an expert in their field created a program study for students. So then they use a platform, like online platform, what they call Coursera. So they use this Coursera to deliver their courses. So by using this third-party platform, online platform, basically the student across these 3 universities can register for this course. So by doing this, not only that they cut the cost, because now they pull their resources together, right? They combine their resources basically together to have this program study. But on the top of that, they also not only cutting their costs, but they also, deliver a really high quality education for their student, because all these 3 experts that will be very expensive for them to hire if each university hire the expert, but by pulling them together and then create this program so they can deliver like really good quality program to their student. So then I think this is something, with this new technology that is all going on right now, Zoom, GoToMeeting, team meeting, go to my PC, anything that is online, we basically interconnected right now. So like, basically there's no more geographic boundary when it comes to teaching. There's no more geographic boundary when it comes sharing a knowledge. So this is something that probably university in Indonesia also can collaborate with each other to, make a program for a student. And the next one, like I previously mentioned, will be the research showcase. So basically, the student receive the funding from the government entities and or the industry, and then after they actually come up with a solution, at the end of their research, they will present their research. So different research, they will have a big event where the student can network. So this is another thing that is really good, because this is give also student the ability to network with the expert in the industry, because during the research showcase, people from different, from different industry and company will come there. Say, for example, if the showcase is about engineering project. So a lot of company that, involved in engineering project will be there, their rep will be there. And so the student who represent this the research during the research showcase can easily networking and gain more knowledge and insight actually into that industry. So that it will give them more practical knowledge to apply when they graduated from the school. And another thing, what I think is really, really helpful would be like summer internship. Usually here in the United States during the summer, the student doesn't go to college. It's like a big, long off from school. So during the summer internship, either it's paid or unpaid, it's basically can increase the ability of the student, to implement what they've learned in school in the real life, that they can implement what they learn, can, transfer the theory and change that into practicality, how to actually use the theory and apply that in real project. And so therefore they will gain the hands-on experience. And also what I know just really interesting, I'm sure like right now, actually I saw that online that some university like Institute of Technology in Bandung, they do have, I think, some kind of like headhunter or like job placement service for students. I think this is really important because the free online headhunter service for students, basically just like, what we know, like back in the day was like monster.com or like, Indeed, like the service that basically look for a job for a student, right? So when they graduate, they have a job waiting for them. So in this case, actually, why is this important for like university to have this? Because university know, right, like what their student, how they prepare the student, and at the same time they can work together closely with the industry that need a certain skilled worker. So therefore, they can create a job fair, they can create online job fair where a student can post their resume even before they graduated from college. Because usually you see like sometimes the problem, the disconnected between the industry and the university is also when the student graduated, right? They don't have any experience. So their resume is pretty much blank. So now, like if they can do internship during the summer, time, or if they can do that during any other time, so now they will have something to put on their resume. And then free online headhunter in the same time can connect them based on their resume, based on their student expertise during their internship, can connect it with the industry that looking for the same or similar, experience for their skilled worker. So I think that's really, really, helpful for a student. I also want to point out something that is completely different actually from what I've been trained. So I was trained as a civil engineer actually. I went to school for civil engineering and I went to school for project management. But at the same time, sometimes, in life, we also do things that's not really related to what we're studying in college. And that's okay. Because you see, another reason for people to go to college besides trying to get a job after that is also to gain the knowledge, right? So when you gain the knowledge, when you go to university, right, you can implement that knowledge in any other aspect in your life too. So just say, I'm just giving an example myself, for example, right? I work as an engineer and then I become a contract manager. But then at the same time, I love to travel. I really, really love to travel. So then I see that the opportunity in travel industry that for a travel blog or a travel consultant, right? A lot of people, they want to travel, but they don't know how, or they don't know how to plan it, or they don't have any idea what they're going to do when they travel. So then basically that is the issue, right, among the people. And one time, actually, my coworker came to me and asked me like, oh, you went to Costa Rica. So how do I plan this? Or how do I plan the transportation? How do I get around? And things like that. So then I come up with a solution, right? Instead of me explaining to these people every time they have a question, it might be easier to, just have a travel blog and put the tips, any insight information, anything, how to get around, what to do, things like that, how to save money during your travel on my travel blog. So at the beginning, it was just a hobby. But then you see, this is a part of the business that you can grow actually, because a business is basically you selling a product or a service that solve other people's problem, right? So for example, the problem is somebody need just say a car, right, to travel. So then see the car company, car manufacturer build the car and sell it. So that's their business, and that answer the problem, is the solution to the problem of the people. So now you see what is the problem and you solve that problem, and then you will create a viable business. So in this case, for example, right, the problem almost people, what I notice is they don't know how to plan, or they don't know how to, how to even start it in traveling, but they love to do it. So then I created that blog that answered that question. But along the way, actually, that blog is become a viable business. Because why? Because now the company is actually approaching me and asking me to be the affiliate marketer. So basically, what they call right now is passive income, they call it. So it's really in right now, especially in millennial generation and Gen Z. So this a form of passive income was basically you just be, affiliate marketer to the company, to a travel company. And then if they click on your link, then, you make money based on your contract with them, like how many percent you're going to get out of, sale that you generated. So that's one of it, right? And then the other one is I can work, for example, with a tour company and just send them a proposal, what I will offer them, and then they will send me back their answer, and then what will they offer me. So this is the type of the thing for students too, to think about it, if you, for example, don't find a job. I know everybody want to find a great job, want to have a great career. But sometimes that's not what happens in life. So then you have to prepare to create your own job by creating a business. So have a business idea, which I think at the same time, university should offer the course to the student. I know in engineering, they have economy engineering, so you know how to calculate your loan, things like that. But more than that, I think university can actually bridge the gap between the student and the lending industry, so then the student now how to borrow the money to start their business. So I guess that's all from me, and I hope whatever I share here will be useful for everybody. And I'm taking any question from anyone.
Okay, thank you, Bu Rahmi. It's quite a little bit comprehensive and wide and many sample of experience that you have provided. And yeah, I think it's will be required by the institute in Indonesia, or even the people of the student or the college or the company, how to make the energizing of the education related with the theoretical and also the application in the company, ya, Bu Rahmi. Okay, I think Pak Dandi, I believe that there one question, which been shared in the chat room.
Yeah. The questions, I can say that, is it felt in New Jersey as well as Indonesia related to teachers or lecturers who have difficulty with online schools, for example, because teachers or lecturers have not followed technological developments? And if you have the same experience, what is the local government doing about this problem? That's the question.
Right. So basically, I mean, probably they do have the teacher that not really in line, or they're not really follow the new technology. But from my experience, because I think in America, they do that ahead of a lot of other country. Because I remember when I went to school, that was like many years ago, many years ago, before Zoom was even a thing, right? So back then, actually, we already do the online course, what we call, but at that time we used this technology they call GoToMeeting, which is like an old technology, basically. So I didn't really see any problem when it comes to online classroom or, in America, because right now it's actually not only like on the university level, online classroom or online school even is available for like public school from elementary to high school in America. So the kid here has been trained, I think, such a young age to be really fluent when it comes to technology. So we don't really see that, a problem, like current ongoing problem, because I think the government or the local government already like anticipated this problem. So at such young age, the kid has been introduced to like technology. For example, when they go to like elementary school, for example, student here already like introduced to like computer. Their school has computer, they have tablet. So they even like in kindergarten, they go to the class that have like computer where they can like play game on the computer, and they have introduced to them like, early technology. So far I didn't see any issues with teacher being, having a problem with the online classroom.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's quite challenging also. It depends with the lecture itself, yeah, Bu Rahmi. It's
right, yes.
Yes. Okay, if I would like to open to the audience who would like to ask to Bu Rahmi related with the link and match for the synergize education, maybe to audience, if there any would like to share or any question that would like to show, I would like to please.
Go ahead. Don't be hesitant to share.
Yeah, don't be
your
shy. I
experience.
speak Indonesian too, so you can ask
no
questions in
problem.
Indonesia. Don't worry.
we can get, if you don't speak English, you can say in Bahasa. No problem.
Okay, to Bu Wida, I think they already have raised up. Okay, Bu Wida, please. You can share your question, or you can question to Bu Rahmi. Yeah, Bu Wida, please. Okay, Bu Rahmi.
Yeah.
I would like some kind of interesting related with the internship. Yeah, this kind of
Right.
internship as in Indonesia, maybe not so many of institute having collaborate or even cooperation with the company, while there are many clever student or who have big prestation and having many great prestation, while when facing the reality with the company, they cannot follow or even cannot understand what this real situation of education. In this opportunity, what kind of the step or what kind of the need to do by the Institute of Education in related with the internship in order, I believe this is also connected with the synergization education between the theoretical and practically. So what kind of the step or what kind of the strategy for institute to have the synergize with the current update of the situation, especially with the company?
Well, in my experience, I noticed that usually in my company itself, I mean, not company, the government where I work, basically what the industry, what the university does is actually they approach the industry. So what they do is actually they send like some kind of proposal to the department, to the division of human resources. So they send a proposal basically explaining that they have a student in like last year of their study, and this student has like studying this kind of courses, for example, or the engineering student, there's a law student who specialize in, say, in corporate law, and there is the engineering student who specialize in, for example, in mechanical or environmental engineering. So basically the university look for the industry that match the student, like the match, like what the student major is. So if the student majoring in engineering, so basically the university will approach the industry, the engineering industry, like consulting company, for example, in Indonesia, or contractor, things like that. So by giving the proposal to the division of human resources, I guess in Indonesia we call that the division of personalia. Is that what they call it, right? In Indonesia. So yeah, so basically they send a proposal to them, and then usually the division of human resources will send to each division to us to basically identify, do we need and have time to train the interns. So basically the intern will help us with, like, say, our project. So in my case, for example, I am doing a contract. I'm a contract manager. So what I did is actually like basically managing different contracts across the state of New Jersey. So what they will ask me, for example, to identify, do I need the intern for my, to help me in my position? So then, I can train them at the same time how to like run the contract, how to like, review invoices and how to manage the fund and things like that. So basically, but the first step will be for university to approach the industry by sending them proposal or invitation, because a lot of cases sometimes, like if you, for example, try this even with the government entity, say the different department over there, like EU, Perhubungan, you can actually send the intern, but usually the government will not pay them. So it's basically unpaid internship. But that, I think, still will be good for the student because, it will help them at least gain the hands-on experience. And when it comes to basically the industry, I mean, the private industry, usually the private industry will give them a paid, I mean, at least based on my experience here in America, they will actually pay the students some kind of money or, for their service. So that will be really helpful. But actually, I want to point out something interesting, right? Like when I was a student, because I did my undergraduate in Indonesia and I did my graduate school in America. When I did my undergraduate school in Indonesia, actually, my university at that time, Syah Kuala University in Aceh, they did actually some kind of internship program with the Department of Public Work, which is at that time, I think it's a Bina Marga division of Department of Public Work. So they did actually, where we, the student at that time, we apply for that position, just like a regular job, you know, they have interview and things like that. We apply for that position and we actually get paid, and we work for like engineering project. So I think that University Indonesia, not only that they can approach like a private industry, they can also approach actually the government entity, and have their student, you know, like do internship for the government. So I mean, how good it will look, right, on the resume of the student, like having that kind of experience right after they graduated.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, allow me to summarize in bahasa Bu Rahmi. Jadi dalam hal terkait internship ini perlunya dari pihak yayasan atau lembaga pendidikan agar dapat melakukan suatu kerjasama dengan beberapa instansi baik pemerintah, swasta atau BUMN Bu ya, seperti itu.
Yes.
Ya, dan ini akan memberikan suatu kesempatan bagi para mahasiswa ataupun yang sedang tingkat akhir atau tengah, di mana pastinya dalam aplikasi ilmu yang didapatkan bisa di-match-kan ataupun bisa di-upgrade, di-update dalam hal realita di perusahaan seperti apa. Yang pastinya mekanisme ataupun tata kerja ataupun pengembangan dalam dunia kerja terhadap pendidikan yang sedang yang pernah dijalani pastinya akan mengalami suatu adaptasi ataupun perubahan-perubahan yang perlu diikuti oleh mahasiswa itu sendiri. Okay, I think that's the summary related with the internship. Yeah, hopefully that in our STEMB or University of the Digital Technology can adopt this kind of method in order to bring the student to have the knowledge in the company or even the institution of each government or even the private stated or other company. Okay, I think that's the question. I believe Pak Dandi, there are other audience would like to ask, yeah.
Okay, the question.
Okay,
please go ahead.
Yeah. To Bulena ya. Bulena
Yeah,
would like
please.
to yes, please Bulena.
Thank you. Terima kasih Mr. Wawan sama Mr. Dandi. Hai, good morning Rahmi, Bu Rahmi. Apa kabarnya?
Good
Saya
morning.
bahasa Indonesia ya. Good morning. Soalnya sebelum present bahasa Inggris supaya teman-teman yang lain sedikit say hello dengan beliau. Beliau sana di New Jersey ya. Thank you. Terima kasih sudah sempetin waktu. Nah, kita sering diskusi secara offline, kita sering ngobrol. Kalau beliau setiap ke Indonesia kita selalu ketemu. So, saya samperin ke hotelnya. Oke, jadi terkait dengan tema yang hari ini kita bahas, itu adalah sinergi, link and match. Artinya apa yang terjadi saat ini dalam pandangan Ibu Rahmi terhadap pendidikan yang sedang berkembang. Di mana ada terjadinya sumbatan atau apa yang kira-kira perlu dilakukan. Karena begini, karena kan walaupun beliau berada di Amerika, beliau ini orang yang paling sering ke Indonesia itu bolak-balik. Jadi biasa, beliau ini orang yang suka keliling dunia. Jadi beliau tetap mengikuti pendidikan di Indonesia. Jadi saya pengen tahu tanggapannya dari sudut pandang mereka yang sudah stay di luar dan sudah melihat bagaimana adaptasi dan baiknya pendidikan di luar. Paling seperti itu ya. Terima kasih. Silakan Bu Rahmi.
Ya, sama-sama. Jadi kalau menurut pendapat saya ya, dengan I think it's better I just explain in Indonesia, right? So jadi kalau menurut pendapat saya, I'm sorry if I mix it with English sometimes.
Yes, please.
I'm just so used to it. So anyway, jadi kalau menurut pendapat saya ya, kalau di Indonesia memang kita terjadi seperti disconnected ya antara industri. Itu yang saya pantau memang dari sejak dulu observasi saya ya, sejak saya dulu masih kuliah sampai sekarang ada disconnected itu antara industri, antara praktisi gitu sama akademik. Jadi banyak student itu yang setelah graduate, setelah mereka tamat dari kuliah, mereka tuh tidak it's not ready to work. Ya, misalnya seperti engineering student saya lihat waktu itu sejak begitu saya tamat kuliah, saya sempat kerja sebenarnya di Indonesia, like sekitar 1 tahun atau 2 tahun sebelum pindah ke Amerika dan sekolah di sini. Jadi saya lihat ada disconnected because banyak itu student yang sebenarnya kalau misalnya waktu mereka kuliah dulu mereka itu pintar gitu. A gitu ya nilainya. Tapi begitu mereka mulai bekerja, mereka tidak bisa mengapply itu apa yang mereka pelajari di kuliah ke industri. Misalnya even like in civil engineering, I just want to give example what I'm like familiar with. In civil engineering we have that they call I think at that time rancangan anggaran biaya ya. Itu like biasanya cost estimate for the project. Jadi rancangan anggaran biaya ini kan harus kita kalkulasi sebagai engineer. Jadi kita tahu berapa itu biaya proyek. Nah, itu sebenarnya diajarkan di kuliah itu ya, ada mata kuliah sendiri itu untuk rancangan anggaran biaya itu. Tapi banyak student meskipun mereka lulus itu course itu subjek itu, tapi begitu mereka lulus mereka tidak bisa mengimplementasikan apa yang mereka pelajari di rancangan anggaran biaya mata kuliah itu ke dalam industrinya sendiri. Jadi banyak itu waktu itu ada beberapa student ya yang baru graduate dan kerja di konsultan di mana saya bekerja, mereka menghadapi kesulitan seperti itu. Jadi saya pikir harus banyak praktis. Jadi harusnya banyak proyek yang diberikan kepada student. Jadi universitas itu harus memberi mereka lebih banyak misalnya proyek-proyek yang nantinya akan mereka bisa apply ya, atau implementasikan begitu mereka mulai bekerja di dunia nyata. Jadi saya rasa itu salah satu yang setiap universitas bisa dan akan selain dari internship tadi. Jadi harus banyak praktis. Jadi harus banyak praktikal karena saya sendiri lihat begitu saya kuliah dulu ya banyak sekali teori begitu. Karena perbedaan saya lihat kuliah di Indonesia sama di Amerika. Di Amerika begitu kita kuliah itu banyak dikasih proyek sebagai student. Jadi kita tuh lebih independen. Jadi begitu lebih independen dikasih proyek, dikasih misalnya subjek gitu yang harus kita find solution gitu ya, finding solusi gitu. Jadi dengan begitu kita butuh dosen itu konsultasi aja gitu. Mereka memang mengajar di dalam kelas, tapi setelah itu mereka open ya kita konsultasi sama mereka tentang proyek. Jadi begitu mereka tamat kuliah di sini dan mereka mulai bekerja, mereka langsung bisa implementasikan karena mereka udah biasa bekerja dengan proyek gitu, bekerja sendiri tanpa selalu diberikan arahan untuk setiap langkah. Ya, jadi itu salah satu yang mungkin ya metodenya bisa bisa ditambah atau dimodifikasikan sehingga student pelajar bisa lebih comfortable lah begitu mereka tamat kuliah mereka I did this in college, I did this project, something like this like that. So they have confidence.
Saya mau share sedikit ya barangkali ya pengalaman ya mengapa kita punya masalah dalam LinkedIn match ya. Sebetulnya sejak tahun 93 sejak saya kuliah dulu itu LinkedIn match ini sudah saya dengar itu di kampus. Tetapi masalahnya kita hanya banyak dikasih teori-teori tetapi kita tidak pernah melihat contoh misalnya contoh keuangan dalam suatu perusahaan tertentu misalnya ada kasus kita pelajari yang kita dapatkan misalnya contoh keuangan itu hanya contoh berdasarkan karangan sendiri dari seorang penulis ya. Ini contoh kasusnya tetapi tidak melihat dari real misalnya perusahaan X itu ya yang punya kasus keuangan tertentu kita pelajari solusinya gimana. Terus kita juga ini pengalaman saya ya. Terus selama kuliah itu dari awal kan semester 3 katakan kita punya konsep LinkedIn match loh ya, tetapi saya sampai wisuda tidak pernah melihat di mana LinkedIn match-nya, cuma ngomong doang dari awal. Begitu udah berjalan tidak pernah seperti dilupakan dan tidak pernah ada suatu praktek ya. Kita punya teori misalnya teori tentang suatu misalnya perencanaan ekonomi, tetapi kita tidak pernah melihat misalnya bagaimana perencanaan ekonomi suatu provinsi seperti Jawa Barat dibuat dan dilaksanakan. Itu contoh kasus saja sehingga saya itu hanya hafal aja gitu. Jadi begitu bekerja itu saya itu bingung gitu misalnya kalau bekerja suatu perusahaan dan itu pun saya yakin teman-teman yang lain pada bingung karena tidak ada kerjasama. Itu kuncinya ada kerjasama dengan perusahaan-perusahaan yang bisa digunakan untuk menambah, tadi Ibu katakan ya, pendidikan ini digunakan untuk menciptakan. So the education is built to prepare skilled worker. That's our goal, to prepare skilled worker, and that through the education, through the going to the uni, we can learn how to implement the knowledge, and that's the key. If we do know how to implement the knowledge, so our coming to the classroom will be useless. But when we have the capabilities in the application of the knowledge, so the education will be successful. I believe that cooperation between the uni and the cooperation will be useful to improve the quality of our education, I believe. So we can have the increasing productivity, and we can get the competitive workers. That's all for me.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think the one point that been delivered the message from Bu Rahmi is disconnected. This is how we to make connecting with between the education, between the university and also with the third party or the shareholder, in order to make to energizing that how the student can have applicate or can have compare or can have the update of the field which they have obtained in the university and compare with the company how the implementation which they have know in the progress. Ya, sepertinya seperti itu ya Bu Rahmi, bagaimana disconnected ini bisa dihubungkan atau bisa dijalin antara kerjasama dengan universitas dengan yayasan, ya universitas dengan perusahaan, baik itu dengan BUMN, dengan pemerintah, yang pastinya dalam hal ini akan memberikan suatu view yang lebih jelas bagi mahasiswa antara teori yang didapatkan dengan perkembangan dunia kerja ataupun dunia dalam suatu instansi untuk diaplikasikan. Mungkin itu Bu Rahmi yang bisa saya tangkap.
Iya benar Pak. Ya saya setuju dengan pendapat Pak Dendi. Karena saya juga dulu kuliah di Indonesia. Jadi memang benar kita cuma belajar teori biasanya di kuliah, tapi tidak bisa, makanya sulit untuk itu pelajar atau student ya untuk implementasi begitu tamat. But pretty much you summarize it well, that yes, it's the disconnected between the industry and the university, so that give this advantage to the student, to be a skilled worker, to be prepared for a global market. Because I think we have to think even deeper and farther than that. Like as an Indonesian, like I want Indonesia obviously to be successful. I want our human resources to be developed well, and so we can compete, because like I always think that Indonesia is number 4 in the world, right, when it comes to like the largest human resources, the largest population. So we have to actually develop these resources to the best that we can, because I mean, look at Japan. They don't have any resources like when it comes to natural resources, but their country is one of the G7 because their human resources is so amazing. They really develop their human resources. So I think it's like as educator, like we feel obligated that we want to improve, I'm sure, like the education, that so it can benefit the student, it can benefit public in general. Because we want, like, I personally want, like, Indonesian student can compete with, globally, not only with like Indonesian people, not only like with Malaysian or China, but can compete with American, can compete with European, can get a job anywhere. Because if we prepare them, that actually right now, a lot of countries actually, like in Canada, for example, they have actually, this is for all students who listen to this lecture, like please like Google it if you really want to work in another country. For example, a lot of country like Canada right now has opening for international worker. All you need to do is like you have to obviously be able to speak English well, and then you have to have a skill that you can sell to them, because a lot of them, has a lot of job opening right now in Canada. Because as you know, like Canada is a big country, but they do not have that big of population like America. Like, so therefore they have a lot of job openings. So I saw like my friend from Turkey, for example, is right now working in Canada, but she has a Turkish education. She does not have a Western education actually, but just because she speaks English and she have a skill, she's ready. She has a skill in programming. So she's ready like to launch her career actually in another country. So I think like, as Indonesia, we would love that to happen, like, to other Indonesian too, if they can, successfully launch their career in another country, because that is something, always like for all the students, I just would like to say, always think outside the box, like life have a lot of opportunity, but you just have to think outside the box. So then you can be successful.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, please.
Another question? No?
Yeah, I think we have a question in the chat room there from Bu Susi Susilawati. This is for Bu Rahmi. Yeah, what do you think about education in Indonesia if many lecturer doesn't have any curiosity in technology? So I think this is how the lecturer can make interesting with technology. Yeah. Please, Bu Rahmi.
Yes. Okay. So to Ibu Susi Susilawati, I think some lecture, maybe it does like depend on like everybody personality. And we also have to understand like this is also generational problem, right? Like with technology, for example, for new kid right now, they are Generation Z, Generation Millennial, they are so used to technology. But a lot of lecture, I guess some of them are like even in boomer generation. You have to remember they grow up without any internet, right? They don't even grow up with a computer. So there is a gap here, like within even institution, university, any even industry, even where I work. Like if you work with a boomer, you have to be really patient because they're not really catching up with technology. So that's also like an issue. Obviously in Indonesia, probably because we don't really have, especially if people live in rural area, the internet, it's not really widely available yet, like the Wi-Fi, things like that in Indonesia. So it can be like challenging for people who actually live in rural area to even learn about technology, right? So, and then for people who do not have, like your question is, what do I think about education in Indonesia if the lecturer does not have any curiosity of technology? Obviously, it will not be good for the education, because you see in education, it is like everybody that involved within an education, either a lecturer, either the administrator, either anybody in that community, in education community, has to catch up with technology. It is essential. It's not even like an option anymore, because if you want to learn, if you want to catch up with we have to evolve. If you want to catch up with society evolve, right? From like no laptop, no computer, no personal computer, to like internet now, to the slow internet, to like high-speed internet. So that everything is evolved. I mean, they're talking about AI right now, actually, artificial intelligence in education, where like they have intuitive learning actually. So obviously it will not be good. In my opinion, in my personal opinion, it will not be good for the education if the lecturer do not have any curiosity of technology. They have to be curious. They have to update themselves. They have to be, in line. And I think that it will be like also the responsibility of university or any learning institution to, train their lecturer, because, it's hard for them to always also, they have to develop the program, right? The course, the syllabus for the student, but at the same time, they have to catch up with technology. So also it's a responsibility for university actually to train their lecturer. So if they have a new program, Even for example, when it comes to a software program, like in engineering, for example, we used to use AutoCAD back then, but we don't use that anymore now. So if you say your lecturer still like teach you AutoCAD, that you cannot implement that when you graduate from school, right? So, but then if they're never trained, say they've been there teaching for 20 something years, all they is AutoCAD, right? But no, he has to learn about project planner. He has to learn about project enterprise or microstation, things like that. So that is become the obligation of the learning institution itself to actually, train their lecturer, their professor, even their administrator, so they can catch up with new technology. So it's essential, basically. I mean, we taught the technology, we're living in 21st century, we taught any technology, the education will not be successful.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, it's some kind of obligation. It's mandatory, Bu Rahmi,
Yes.
for each part, for each one, especially for the lecturer, in order to share or to deliver the message or the knowledge to the student. The lecturer should have know well about the improvement of the technology, what they will use in order to deliver the education and the knowledge to the student. Yeah, I think like that, yeah, Pak Dandi, for the lecture.
Yes, I agree with you that as a lecturer, I should learn everything related with my job, with my discipline. For example, how to give the basic material to the students. So I have improvised the ways I share my knowledge. So everything should be related to the technology. Even the latest technology, I have to learn, and that's the key. How I can communicate with students, with everyone easily. I agree.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you, Bu Rahmi. Okay. I would like to have the last question, maybe from the audience would like to ask to Bu Rahmi in this opportunity. If there are any other question, so I would like to open the last one.
So please raise your hand. Let's count from 5 to 1. I think there is a voice coming from someone asking a question, but I don't know where is it from.
Mungkin ini keluarkan dulu. Nah, ini belum keluar tadi.
Oh no.
Sorry.
No.
From the audience with Galak. Oh, missing.
No. I think there is no question.
Okay, I think there's no question. Okay, in this to finalize, I think that's enough for Bu Rahmi. At this moment, I would like to hand over to Bu Kubulena.
Oh,
Yes, please.
kenapa Pak Wawan? Ini temu kangen deh saya ngeliatnya. Jadi kalau beliau dikasih Union, kita terakhir kemarin nggak sempat ketemu. Kalau dikasih ngomong beliau bisa non-stop. Bukan, memang ilmunya banyak. Jadi teman-teman yang sedang melaborasi, terima kasih. Tapi terakhir ya mungkin ya Bu Rahmi, saya mau ini pakai bahasa Indonesia Pak Wawan ya.
Silakan.
Supaya mungkin teman-teman yang mungkin tadi ngedengerin pakai bahasa Inggris gitu ya, sebenarnya ngerti, tapi mungkin ada yang terputus atau mungkin ada yang tidak terdeliver seperti itu ya, supaya kembali melek gitu. Sebentar lagi soalnya Bu Rahmi di sana sudah hampir jam 11:30 malam, jadi beliau siap-siap setelah ini. Jadi kalau melihat dari judul kita ya Pak Wawan dan Pak Dandi dan juga seluruh peserta webinar, persoalannya memang complicated sebenarnya ya. Walaupun salah satunya sebenarnya Bu Rahmi saya memberikan sekedar informasi. Universitas Teknologi Digital ini adalah berawal dari bernama STEMBI. STEMBI sudah puluhan tahun. memang di dalamnya kita mata kuliahnya memang banyaknya out of the box, yang pada arti kata lebih banyak praktikalnya biar lebih banyak. Tujuannya adalah biar menciptakan entrepreneur. Tujuannya sebenarnya itu. Tapi kan memang apa namanya perlu kerjasama yang cukup luas ya untuk menciptakan itu gitu. Nah, salah satunya adalah yang seperti ini gitu. Kita berkolaborasi dengan siapapun, dimanapun agar membuka wawasan. Karena kita ini literasinya rendah sekali. Senang mendengar informasi yang tidak bermutu, tapi yang tentang literasi kita nomor 2 terakhir di dunia, Indonesia. Nah,
my God.
kalau minat membaca, betul ya, Mr. Rahmi? Miss
Iya.
Rahmi, betul tidak? Kita nomor 2 terakhir di
Iya.
dunia loh. Minat baca literasi yang sangat rendah. Bagaimana kita bisa bersaing kalau literasinya sangat rendah? Nah, mungkin belajar dari itu perlu menjadi orang-orang yang mau belajar, mau membaca, mau menggali knowledge dari manapun. Nah, itu persoalan. Kita lebih senang lihat, banyak orang lebih senang lihat gosip, lebih senang lihat infotainment. Nah, itu persoalan krusial yang sebenarnya tidak disadari. Oke, coba gimana menurut Bu Rahmi? Itu kayaknya poin saya tertutup terakhir. Supaya teman-teman atau yang ada di sini senang membaca. Membaca kan bisa novel, berawal dari senang membaca. Itu aja. Oke, thank you.
Saya lihat ya, ini sebenarnya menjadi, ini is a social problem, you know, like not reading. It started with like parenting style, like, you know, like in home, right? It started from home. Jadi kalau di Indonesia saya lihat ya, orang tua sendiri tidak mendukung anak-anaknya untuk membaca. Itu masalah yang pertama. Karena kalau misalnya kita lihat di negara-negara maju, pertama sekali yang dilakukan oleh orang tua itu sebenarnya membawa anak-anak mereka sejak masih kecil itu ya, sejak mulai bisa membaca itu like TK gitu, atau even sebelum bisa membaca masih kayak kalau kita di sini dibilang preschool ya umur 3 tahun 4 tahun itu dibawa ke pustaka. Jadi di pustaka itu di sini ada program reading for children ya gitu. Jadi dari situ, dari program cerita reading untuk anak-anak kecil, jadi mereka menjadi biasa melihat buku, biasa berada di antara buku-buku karena mereka dibawa ke pustaka. Jadi ini salah satunya memang ini masalahnya bukan cuma masalah di pendidikan saya rasa, tapi juga masalah ini parenting ya, at home sama orang tua karena tidak mendukung anak-anak untuk membaca. Dan selain itu juga ini juga masalah luas sebagai maksudnya pemerintah tidak menyediakan fasilitas. Karena kalau kita lihat di sini, sekarang semua anak-anak banyak yang sudah mempunyai smartphone ya. Everybody has smartphone. Jadi mereka dan orang tua tidak mengerti apa yang terekspos untuk anak-anak ini. Jadi mereka ini nonton video yang tidak cocok untuk usia mereka, nonton informasi, melihat sesuatu yang tidak cocok untuk usia mereka. Tapi di saat yang sama, orang tua tidak membeli mereka buku, meskipun itu cuma buku cerita. Karena kan awal kecintaan membaca itu, kalau anak-anak itu dari dongeng ya, dari dongeng, dari buku cerita gitu. Jadi kalau tidak diajarkan dari kecil, mereka tidak akan terbiasa. Jadi ini harus kolaborasi yang luas ini, dari pemerintah, dari orang tua, dari masyarakat. Jadi pemerintah juga harus mengambil andil dalam masalah ini. Karena saya lihat di Indonesia, jarang ya ada pustaka. Jarang sekali ada pustaka di Indonesia. Apalagi kalau kita lihat misalnya daerah yang agak terpencil. Sama sekali tidak ada pustaka. Nah, sekarang anak-anak ini kalau misalnya ada pustaka di daerah terpencil atau di desa-desa, itu anak-anak ini pasti akan kan ke pustaka. Orang tuanya bisa membawa mereka ke pustaka, ada program di pustaka. Karena kalau saya lihat di sini yang bisa kita contoh misalnya, di sini program-program di pustaka itu tidak cuma untuk membaca. Mereka ada program menonton film bersama keluarga. Ya, ada program membuat origami. Jadi mereka belajar budaya lain seperti budaya Jepang, belajar membuat origami. Lalu ada misalnya di sini sekarang kan mau Halloween ya di sini ya, Oktober. Jadi diajarin anak-anak cara membuat carving ya, carving cara ukir itu buah pumpkin. Jadi makanya anak-anak cinta gitu, suka gitu ke pustaka. Karena mereka tidak mengasosiasikan pustaka itu dengan tempat yang membosankan. Mereka mengasosiasikan pustaka itu dengan fun place, you know, like you can do anything. like you can play, you can learn, you can read. So itu cara-cara mereka untuk mengajak anak-anak mencintai membaca. Jadi mereka mau ke pustaka dan kemudian menjadi anggota pustaka dan mereka bisa meminjam buku seperti itu. Jadi saya rasa di Indonesia yang perlu dilakukan adalah harusnya ada semacam kampanye ya, kampanye membaca. Dulu kan di waktu zaman TVRI ya, sebelum ada semua radio swasta, itu kan dulu sering ya ada kampanye-kampanye apa yang bagus ya, positif seperti itu. Jadi ini juga salah satunya yang bisa dijadikan kampanye di di TV pemerintah atau even TV swasta. Mereka harusnya ada social obligation lah ya kan, to improve, untuk memperbaiki masyarakat. Jadi harusnya ada seperti kampanye untuk anak-anak, misalnya mari membaca bersama atau seperti itu. Dan juga pemerintah harusnya mengambil adil dengan membuka pustaka-pustaka umum di daerah. Mereka bisa berkolaborasi dengan misalnya pemerintah, pemerintah bisa berkolaborasi dengan masyarakat, dengan NGO, dengan or even regular people, they can like create it like library, so everybody can read it. So I think it's menjadi masalah yang luas ini, masalah kompleks ya, bukan cuma masalah yang harus diatasi. Ini harusnya adanya kesadaran membaca ini harus diawali dari kampanye masyarakat, also kampanye mendukung, orang tua juga harus mendukung untuk anaknya membaca. Jadi saya rasa ini semua komponen-komponen ini harus ada, dan dengan itu kita bisa mengimprove masyarakat kita, sehingga literasi kita itu tidak di bawah, nomor 2 terbawah. Kita maunya nomor 2 dari atas, bukan nomor 2 dari bawah.
Amin. Insya Allah Bu, kita akan mencapai yang baik untuk Indonesia.
Ya, insya Allah.
Baik. Oke, saya kira ini sudah cukup panjang ya pembahasan dari Bu Rahmi, dan beliau saat ini di Amerika sudah pukul 12. Kami sangat berterima kasih atas waktunya Bu, untuk bisa men-sharing dan membagi waktu, meluangkan waktu untuk terkait link and match yang pengalaman-pengalaman Ibu yang sudah dilaluinya. Ya, mungkin itu dari kami. Pak Dendi mungkin ada tambahan?
I think that's enough from me.
Oke. Ya, selanjutnya mungkin kita langsung untuk melakukan memberikan sertifikat kepada Bu Rahmi sebagai pembicara. Mungkin saya serahkan ke Bu Lena untuk bisa dilaksanakan.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Wawan dan Pak Dandi. Terima kasih semua. Baiklah teman-teman panitia, kita mewakili seluruh tim panitia. Sebelum kita mengucapkan terima kasih banyak kepada beliau, kepada Ibu Rahmi, dan kita akan memberikan sertifikat secara online kepada beliau. Sebelum nanti kita mungkin bersiap untuk sesi foto ya. Oke. Ini ya Bu Rahmi, kami persembahkan dari Universitas Teknologi Digital. Seluruh panitia dan seluruh sivitas akademi mengucapkan terima kasih banyak.
Saya juga ingin mengucapkan terima kasih ya atas undangannya.
Kita foto dulu tapi ya, jangan lupa ya.
Oh ya, of course.
Of course. Oke. Aduh, saya berterima kasih banyak ini. Kalau bukan saya tembak beliau dalam waktu 2 hari. Ini mah 3 hari tembak langsung jadi. Nah, kalau bukan saya kayaknya udah. Terima kasih banyak pokoknya.
Iya, demi teman lama.
Ya. Ya, silakan Bu Rahmi mungkin closing speech untuk acara webinarnya.
Ya, saya cuma mengucapkan terima kasih untuk semua panitia, terutama untuk Ibu Lena Susilawati, itu teman sejak lama ya, sejak SMA. Jadi old friend lah. Jadi thank you so much for invitation to speak in this event. I appreciate that. I'm happy to share my knowledge with everybody. And if you have any question, kalau ada pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang masih mungkin ada yang malu-malu ya bertanya di forum terbuka dan ingin bertanya, ada pertanyaan-pertanyaan tentang education atau engineering atau project management, jangan malu-malu. You can contact me. I think I put my email address on the presentation, or you can also contact Ibu Lena and you can ask her a question. I'm sure she will WhatsApp me right away with a question, and I will try to answer, in the best way I can. So thank you so much. Thank
Foto
you
dulu
for
ya.
Pak Wawan.
Kita foto
Nice
dulu.
Yes,
Oke.
Kita foto dulu.
yes, we will
Visi
take a
lupa,
picture.
visi
Yeah.
lupa. Oke,
But I
teman-teman
want to
standby ya.
thank,
Oke,
yeah,
siap.
I would like to thank Pak Wawan and also Pak Dendi. Thank you for having me here. Terima kasih ya. Semoga
Yeah,
semuanya
my pleasure.
bermanfaat. Ilmu yang kita
Amin.
share ini juga semua bermanfaat untuk audiens.
Iya,
Amin.
Oke. Kita ambil foto dulu Bu Lena ya.
Bangga.
Mungkin diinstruksikan dari
Silakan
yang
sama Pak Wawan aja. Boleh,
Oke.
Bangga.
nanti
Oke,
dari tim IT bisa dibantu ya untuk instruksi saya. Oke, kita mulai. 1, 2, 3. Oke. Sekali lagi ya.
Lagi? Oke.
Oke, sekali lagi. 1, 2, 3. Oke. Thank you Bu Rahmi.
Right, thank
Thank you
you.
for the
Assalamualaikum.
opportunity.
Ya.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay
Warahmatullahi
healthy Bu. Semoga
wabarakatuh.
selamat istirahat juga.
Ya, sama-sama.
Sleep tight.
Oke, saya serahkan ke ini langsung Bu Lena atau gimana nih dengan
Bu Anggit, silakan dipersilakan ke
Silakan.
Bu Anggit dulu.
ya saya kembalikan ke Bu Anggit terlebih dahulu.
Okay. Well, thanks to Mr. Wawan and Mr. Dandi, and also the speaker, Mrs. Rahmi. And we now continue to door prize, special door prize by Mrs. Lena Susilawati. And please yours.
Oke, terima kasih. Kita mau bagi-bagi door prize. Supaya kita nggak ngantuk, supaya teman-teman juga standby. Saya minta kameranya dibuka semua ya. Jadi panitia, tolong diperhatikan dengan baik yang terjadi pada saat saya melakukan ice breaking ini ya. Kita seru-seruan aja ini. Kita cuma ambil momen sekitar 5-10 menit sebelum nanti narasumber yang kedua yang akan menyampaikan materi. Oke. Sudah? Kameranya sudah on? Saya pengen dengar suaranya. Bisa say hello? Hai.
Hello.
Hai.
Hai, suaranya bagus ya. Oke. Coba lambaikan tangannya begini. Tangannya. Komputer. Hai. Halo.
Halo.
Halo gini dong. Halo.
Halo.
Saling berkenalan. Teman-teman kan ini saling kenal. Jadi ada yang tahu. Oke, sekarang ikuti apa yang saya ini kan. Ini adalah bagian dari konsentrasi ya, teman-teman ya. Bagian dari konsentrasi. Silakan panitia tolong perhatikan baik-baik teman-teman yang ada di kamera. Nanti bisa diambil 3-4 yang kira-kira paling pas. Mungkin saya ulangi sampai 3 atau 4 kali. Nanti akan dipilih secara random ya. Yang pasti harus benar. Coba sekarang tangannya gini. Semuanya ada di kamera seperti ini. Oke, seperti ini. Saya pengen lihat semuanya ada. Oke. Oke. Up. Nah, saya akan memberikan instruksi. Misalnya nanti saya akan bilang, pegang hidung Anda. Misal saya bilang seperti itu, jadi Anda berkonsentrasi, pegang, lakukan instruksi yang saya lakukan. Yang saya berikan. Oke? Fokus ya. 1, 2, 3. Silakan pegang. Saya bisa menjebak. Jadi teman-teman jangan terjebak. Silakan pegang dahi Anda. Ya. Terlambat ya. Ulang. Sorry. Itu contoh ya. Baru contoh. Belum ya. Masih contoh. Oke. Silakan pegang bibir Anda. Tapi cari yang tercepat ya teman-teman. Ulang. Silakan pegang pipi Anda. Oke, tidak bisa diulang. Saya ulangi sekali lagi. Masih konsentrasi ya. Oke, sekarang tangannya seperti ini. Oke, hai. Silakan teman-teman, ingat nama teman-temannya 5 orang, 5 sampai 10 orang. Silakan, saya pengen saya buka on cam-nya. Silakan siapa yang bisa ingat nama teman-temannya yang ada di sini. Yang kelihatan ada di sini secara acak. Yang paling banyak nanti kita bisa ambil. Ada
Panitia nggak boleh
tangannya?
ya, Bu?
Kenapa?
Sebut namanya ya, 5
Panitia
ya.
nggak boleh ya?
Pak Dandi mau
boleh,
dulu.
boleh.
Baca. Udah ada namanya itu.
Ya,
Ayo.
silakan Pak Dandi.
Moderator
Saya
boleh
butuh cepat. Saya butuh cepat. Quick.
Ayo raise hand cepet-cepetan.
Tuh, tinggal baca tuh.
Siapa? Jangan
Agung.
yang ada di sini. Teman-teman jangan ada di yang Zoom ini. Di teman-teman yang sebelah. Sok, silakan siapa?
Bu Lena, Bu Anggit, Pak Wawan, Elvia,
Itu mau siapa lagi? Pak
Asep,
Wahyu.
Pak Mahdi.
Pak Asep, Pak Asep.
Oke.
Itu baca peserta tuh.
Itu
Ya,
baca.
silakan.
Sekarang saya pengen tanya
Baca di
ke
peserta.
teman-teman. Tolong teman-teman speak up. Apa yang menurut teman-teman dapatkan dalam webinar hari ini? Saya pengen dengan bahasa yang santai, tidak dengan bahasa ilmiah. Bahasa yang santai, tapi teman-teman bisa mendeskripsikan dengan baik. Oke, siapa? Saya pengen jawaban beberapa, nanti saya bisa nilai. Silakan. Santai aja, kita santai. Jawabannya santai, nggak usah terlalu ilmiah, nggak usah. Tapi ada value-nya. Ada? Nggak ada?
Ya, boleh nak.
Oke, silakan Pak Taufik ya. Saya kelihatannya siap. Silakan Pak Taufik.
Ya, baik. Terima kasih teman-teman semuanya, buat panitia juga. Ya, terkait dengan webinar hari ini lumayan menguras tenaga dan pikiran ya. Karena dengan bahasanya yang super duper itu. Tapi intinya kalau saya cermati dari apa yang disampaikan oleh Bu Rahmi, walaupun ya tadi dengan menggunakan bahasa-bahasa yang hebat, tapi sedikitnya saya bisa menangkap bahwa memang pendidikan terutama di Indonesia nih, pendidikan di Indonesia ini memang saat ini kita belum bisa match dengan industri. Intinya seperti itu. Bahwa dengan kita ingin match dengan industri itu tentunya kita harus menyesuaikan dengan kurikulum, menyesuaikan dengan teknologi yang ada, sehingga apabila nanti di kemudian hari kita lulus kuliah, sekolah sampai kuliah dan kemudian melanjutkan lagi untuk bekerja, nah ini yang harus benar-benar ditekankan gitu. Ya jangan sampai misalkan tadinya kita lulusannya apa, kerjanya kemana gitu kan, seperti halnya itu. Nah itu tentunya tidak ada kesamaan, tidak ada linknya, nggak dapat, match-nya juga nggak dapat gitu. Jadi nah itu sih yang sebetulnya yang ditekankan oleh di webinar hari ini, sejauh mana kita bisa menitik beratkan pendidikan yang saat ini berlangsung gitu. Mungkin begitu Bu Lena kurang lebihnya.
Masih di mute Bu Lena.
Sorry, masih dibungkus satu jawabannya. Silakan ada lagi. Saya pengen bahasa yang santai, tapi teman-teman tahu isinya. Berarti mengikuti. Atau sejauh mana teman-teman memahami apa yang disampaikan. Gitu lah saya, tapi santai aja. Nah, sebelum nanti saya minta foto yang paling kece dari teman-teman dengan gaya yang paling kece. Tapi tidak tetap elegan ya. Nanti silakan difoto, di screenshot, kirimkan ke WEC ya. Nanti kita lihat yang mana yang paling kece dengan moto atau dengan catatan kecil. Apapun yang Anda ingin buat silakan. Misalnya gue keren misal gitu ya. Misal fotonya gini. Udah gitu mau tulis apa monggo. Nanti kirimkan ke WEC. Nanti yang ada di sini. Nanti kita lihat. Oke. Untuk mendapatkan door prize-nya. 1. Ada Shopee Pay. Ada token listrik. Ada baju. Dan lain-lain. Oke, ada yang mau menyampaikan statement atau pandangannya? Oke, kalau tidak ada sepertinya pada malu-malu, kita minta foto aja deh. Sok, foto yang paling keren dari teman-teman, yang gokil, bikin caption apapun yang paling seru, tidak juga mewakili diri Anda dan webinar hari ini. Oke, silakan foto, kirimkan ke WEC bagi peserta ya. Nanti kita akan melihat untuk yang mendapatkan door prize. Paling seperti itu. Tadi Bu Anggit sudah melihat ya teman-teman yang melakukan itu. Nah, nanti dipilih siapa yang kira-kira masuk nominasi ya. Nanti karena kita pasti dapat tuh. Lumayan loh Shopee Pay loh. Bisa GoFood. Bisa. Oke, terima kasih. Paling seperti itu teman-teman, nanti diumumkan di akhir kegiatan karena kita masih ada narasumber satu lagi. Terima kasih banyak ya. Tetap semangat, tetap sehat, tetap santai. Oke. Narasumber yang kedua ini teman saya juga, namanya Pak Muslim, orangnya juga ahli IT. Nah, ini bicara IT, bicara sama beliau. Oke, terima kasih. Saya persilakan, saya memberikan kesempatan, waktu kepada Bu Anggit untuk mengambil alih. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you for the.
Saya mau ngajar. Kenapa? Ada perlu dengan saya? Tanda tangan apa? Ini udah mau ujian kok baru mau tanda tangan karet.
Thank you, Bu Lena. The door prize will be announced at the end of the webinar, so please stay tuned. And we begin the second session with the second speaker. This discussion will be guided also with two moderators, Mr. Wawan and Mr. Gandhi. Time and place are yours. Please.
Okay, thank you very much. Now it is for us to learn from the second speaker. Let me call Bapak Haji M. Muslim Amiran, SSC and Infotech. Let me tell you something about him, that he's an expert, he's a consultant, and he's also the head of the computer and IT compartment of the V. He's a professional association of Indonesian vocational lecturers. That's all about him. So we can pay attention to his his information. Okay, please go ahead, Pak Muslim. Okay. First of all, before that, I would like to thank to everyone who stay with us from the beginning, and I hope that until the program finished, we can be together and we can get the best from this. And I hope that you can. And if you have a question, don't hesitate to raise your hand. You can ask immediately, yes, through the chat. So there will be a time for you to get the answer. Okay, so you can note, yeah. The simple way in attending the seminar, like this: you watch, you listen, you can make a note just in case you have some doubtful sentences or question. So if you have question, you can write immediately, and then you can send immediately to the chat, and then when the time has come, the explanation will be given to you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you, Pak Dendi. Seems Pak Muslim have not, I don't know, I cannot see.
Sambil menunggu ya, beliau sudah telepon barusan, sambil menunggu ya.
Oke. Okay, yeah. I believe that Pak Muslim has lot many experience ya, Pak Dendi ya. in his CV that Pak Muslim also had a position will be as the Ketua Ban PAUD PNF Aceh starting from 2022 and 2025, yeah. And also Pak Muslim as the Secretary of BPU, Badan Pengembang Bisnis Universitas Syah Kuala, starting from August 2021 until now. So, and also Pak Muslim as the Vice Director of Academic Business Division at University of Syah Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, Vice Director starting from April and August 2021. I believe that in the background of the Pak Muslim can have share and knowledge related with the education matter. And for the Pak Muslim can share also in academic way how related with the link and match for the energizing education in digital technology and industry. I think that's as far as I know Pak Dendi related with CV of the Pak Muslim.
Yes, it must
Yeah.
be interesting seeing that
Yes.
he's the Professional Association of Indonesian Vocational Lecturers. I see the word vocation. Vocation means special. It gives training to the students to get the skills. So after learning, so everyone can get the skill and can be competitive, can be productive, can be the best in everything. So to be number one is maybe can be our dream, our biggest dream. We don't want to be number two, we want to be number one. So we can use our time, we can manage our time to learn everything, something useful for ourselves and also for everyone. And that's we can get by studying a lot, by reading a lot, because reading is the key. You know, remember that the first ayat is Iqra. Iqra means read. If you don't read, you will not know. If you don't read, you will not tell about something. For example, about actual situation. You will not be able to tell everyone that there is a new or latest information or something new happening at the present. So reading. So read, and read should not be as the obligation. Reading as a need. Reading for me is not my hobby. No, reading is not my hobby, but I see reading as my need. Like sembako, I read every day to learn something. So reading is my need also.
Yes, actually, I'm agree with you, Pak Dendi. Reading is some kind like we need to be like an habit, yeah, in order to open our mind, in order to know the situation and the condition, and in order to solve any problem. In reading, we can have wide knowledge and wide view in facing many difficulty or facing the new update of the many aspect. Like, yeah, for example, if you have any problem or issue or want to know, understand about the life or about the some field that we want to know, yet no other way, we have to read it. So
Yes, I
that's
agree with you.
different.
That we read the situation in business, we read the situation. The marketing, we read the situation in marketing. In business, we read the situation in business. So we know what to do. If something is happening and we understand and we know what to do, we can choose the best solution for this situation. For example, like we are having now, the pandemic, and lot of business got the difficulties, and by reading, by understanding, by knowing, we can see, oh, this is the best way. This is the solution for our current situation. So by reading, we can learn a lot, and reading is the key.
Yes, I agree. That's why, yeah, in this one of to synergize the education between the global technology and industry. Yeah, one of them we have to read. Read with mean not only to read the theoretical, how to read the improvement or the situation between the education and also between the company or even for the industry. Yeah. This is how needed in each student or everyone, how to make the life more getting better, or even to make the improvement of our life by reading, or by reading related with the current situation in the future, how to make the strategy or even make the energizing our life. Yeah, it can improve our quality in the future.
Oke.
Yeah, Bu Lena, is there any
Oke.
update with the Pak Muslim for the
Oke, sudah
education?
Pak Muslim, teman-teman. Ini kita sambil menunggu ya Pak Wawan
Ya,
ya. Kita
ya.
jadi seperti yang disampaikan oleh Pak Wawan sebagai moderator dan Pak Dendi sebagai moderator hari ini sudah memandu jalannya acara luar biasa. Teman-teman jangan ngantuk ya. Belum ngantuk kan? Nah,
Masih
sekarang
ditunggu foto selfie-nya, Bu.
oke.
Belum ada nih yang kirim nih.
Nah, sekarang sesinya sembari menunggu Pak Muslim. Pak Muslim sudah prepare, sudah di depan komputer karena beliau juga cukup padat teman-teman. Sangat padat memang jadwal beliau sebentar lagi, 5 menit lagi, jadi kita bisa ngobrol. Saya minta fotonya, belum ada yang ngirimin.
Ya,
Dapat
benar.
ini loh, dapat door prize loh. Lumayan loh, sampai 100.000. Aduh, buang-buang kesempatan ini.
Token listrik lumayan nih, Bu Lena.
Mau dong.
Lumayan. Ayo teman-teman, selfie dong antara 50 sampai 100. Lumayan
kemana, Bu Lena?
kan? Iya, siapa itu?
Kirimnya kemana, Bu Lena?
Oh, ke WEC Pak Taufik, ada?
Oh, siap.
Pak Taufik semangat loh. Lumayan Pak Taufik loh.
Siap.
Bagus, teman-teman. Nah, sekarang narasumber yang kedua ya, Pak Wawan, Pak Dandi. Beliau itu ahli IT. Ketua advokasi juga untuk dosen dan teknologi. Jadi begitulah. Jadi teman-teman boleh banyak bertanya ke beliau juga nanti, biar siapa tahu kalau masih ada yang butuh informasi tambahan dari pakar yang mungkin ahlinya. Kita kan biasa sekarang menggunakan Zoom, Meet ya. Cuman itu doang yang tahu ya. Yang lain-lain teknologi gimana Pak Wawan?
Betul, banyak teknologi yang bisa diutilize, Bu Lena.
Nah, itu dia. Gimana kira-kira apa Pak Wawan? Apa tuh kira-kira Pak Dandi,
Ya.
Pak Wawan? Yang kira-kira bisa dilakukan teman-teman untuk supaya memenuhi kriteria menguasai teknologi itu masuknya apa sih? Nah, itu gimana? Coba. Mana?
Yang pertama jawabannya adalah kita itu kegiatannya apa dulu berkaitan teknologi. Jadi misalnya seorang mahasiswa jurusan akuntansi, ya, dia harus dia belajar ya tentang mata kuliah tertentu. Terus nanti ada banyak teknologi, aplikasi atau apapun ya. Nah, itu harus milih yang paling dibutuhkan yang mana, itu aja dulu kuncinya. Jadi kebutuhan kita itu apa? Seperti yang bahasa Inggris itu audiovisual itu penting ya. Karena itu saya banyak mencari audiovisual untuk belajar, untuk mengajar. Nah, aplikasi atau program lain juga yang berkaitan dengan kegiatan kita. Itu aja simpel sebetulnya sih. Jadi kuncinya adalah kita lihat posisi kita dulu. Yang bisa mendukung kita apa. Jadi kalau kita mau kompetitif ke depannya itu, pertama kita harus ngerti setiap mata kuliah intinya itu. Saya selalu bilang ke mahasiswa, kalau pengen bagus, pahami setiap mata kuliah. Karena setiap mata kuliah itu ada tujuannya. Ya. Terus kedua, jangan lupa bahasa itu penting untuk komunikasi. Dan ketiga, tidak kalah penting juga adalah teknologi. Kita harus melek, kita harus mau belajar.
Nah,
kalau kita,
itu Pak Dandi. Gimana Pak Wawan? Teknologi itu apa? Secara aplikatif deh, langsung aplikatif deh, aplikatifnya. Yang harus dikuasai oleh teman-teman. Yang perlu dipelajari itu apa gitu. Kemana pergi? Buat PPT itu teknologi ya. Itu hal biasa tapi yang sulit ya. Betul ya. Nah, gimana tuh? Coba silakan Pak Wawan masukannya.
Sebenarnya dalam setiap generasi pasti mengalami suatu perubahan yang dinamis ya. Seperti misalkan di masa saya dari awal presentasi, dari awal belajar dengan kapur, kemudian dengan papan spidol, nanti kemudian lagi dengan presentasi slide. Ini yang memang dinamismenya sangat cepat sekali. Yang pastinya untuk bisa dalam mengikuti perkembangan, dan pastinya setiap manusia harus mengikuti perubahan, dan itu wajib. Kalau tidak berubah dia mati. Itu juga sebagai suatu filosofi. Nah, perubahan ini bagi age yang di bawah saya, yang di sepantaran saya dan di atas pun itu wajib harus mengikuti. Harus melakukan perubahan-perubahan ataupun adanya perkembangan terbaru itu harus diikuti. Seperti halnya yang tadi Bu Susi, bahwa bagaimana dengan dosen yang tidak melek atau tidak concern dengan teknologi, pastinya akan tergerus dan pastinya akan tidak mengikuti.
Nah, berarti gini, nih Pak Wan solusinya. Kalau ada dosen yang mungkin, ya namanya kan generasi sebelumnya ya, memang pada kapasitasnya belum, waktu itu tidak ada tuntutan. Karena biasanya kalau ada tuntutan itu beda. Pengejaran itu beda, itu karena tidak ada tuntutan. Sekarang itu tuntutan. Jadi ibaratnya mau tidak mau lari atau tidak mau lari, nggak boleh, harus ada di sini, harus bisa. Nah, yang harus dilakukan dosen-dosen mungkin yang dulu apa? Yang mempersiapkan, karena kan kadang-kadang kapasitas juga kita harus pertimbangkan kan. Nah, apa yang mereka harus lakukan untuk minimal mengakomodir gitu sedikit kebutuhan itu.
Kalau dari saya, ya mungkin saya belum menjadi dosen, nanti mungkin Pak Dandi yang
belum menjadi dosen tapi sedang menjadi leader logistik, itu juga leader itu mah.
Itu tuntutan seperti itu.
Nah, tapi saya tanya dulu, Pak Dandi punya TikTok, Pak Wawan punya TikTok nggak?
TikTok nggak pernah pakai.
Nah, nggak pernah pakai. Pak Wawan punya TikTok nggak?
Justru sama dengan Pak Dandi.
Saya juga belum. Teman-teman di sini kayaknya kalau peserta semua punya TikTok deh.
Pasti punya, ya itulah
semua
Pak.
Punya TikTok ya. Nah, sebenarnya kan itu teknologi itu dua sisi mata uang ya. Kayak pisau, dua sisi. Satu sisi kayak menusuk diri sendiri, satu sisi gitu ya. Tapi kan banyak manfaatnya kayaknya kalau untuk promosi ya, kalau dipakai untuk promosi bisnis.
Betul.
Ya betul.
TikTok dulu ingat kita bercerita sedikit karena sambil menunggu Pak Muslim ya, karena beliau sudah menelpon barusan, sudah sebentar lagi. Waktunya beliau sebenarnya jam 11 kurang gitu. Jadi tadi sudah Bu Rahmi, tapi karena emang di sana sudah jam 12 ya, sudah jam 12 malam Bu Rahminya. Nah, kalau TikTok dulu itu ingat nggak teman-teman, waktu pertama ada kan sempat jadi cemoohan. Waktu anak kecil itu yang pertama kali TikTok. Apaan sih, alay? Benar nggak? Nah, di saat berjalan bergerak, ujung-ujungnya artis semua TikTokan ya. TikTokan. Artinya semua berubah. Nah, cuman bisnis-bisnis yang tadinya tidak tidak up, ketika dia pintar memanfaatkan itu, TikTok itu bisa jadi lahan besar. Nah, itu yang terjadi di Bandung ini, kayaknya banyak yang viral rumah makan itu dari TikTok. Sampai saya terakhir kemarin, padahal saya belum sempat ke rumah makan ini, rumah makan mama Eyot gitulah di depan Samsat Kawaluyaan. Itu kecil tempatnya tapi penuh luar biasa. Nah, itu jadi banyak informasi-informasi yang tersembunyi, tempat-tempat rumah makan kampung yang kayak begitu justru terbuka sekarang gitu loh.
Iya.
Gara-gara TikTok, benar ya Pak Wan ya?
Ya, ini juga sharing pengalaman juga. Ini dari keluarga saya sendiri nih. Ini yang menjadi suatu lahan. Artinya dalam memanfaatkan teknologi yang sifatnya pasif. Apa yang dilakukannya adalah dia melakukan suatu perekaman dalam suatu event, ya misalkan dalam suatu konser. Dalam perekaman itu dia upload ke YouTube. Nah, dengan YouTube itu pastinya kan kita bagaimana untuk membuatkan suatu keyword yang gampang dicari oleh orang dan dikunjungi lah websitenya.
Betul.
Ya alhamdulillahnya memang pengalaman dari mengupload datang cuman berapa 30 menit, 20 menit. Itu dengan 3 bulan saja bisa dapat 7 juta bulan pasif income-nya.
Tuh,
Lumayan
teman-teman
gede juga ya.
itu teman-teman peserta itu bisa jadi ini juga tuh.
Ya, nah ini kan
Karena
nanti
banyak yang kepo ya.
Iya,
Banyak
ada
yang kepo
kriteria.
itu bagus untuk
Ada
beberapa hal.
kriteria yang memang dalam YouTube itu kan kita tidak boleh duplikasi, tidak boleh merecord atau apa. Nah, inilah kelebihannya. Kalau kita tahu term and condition dalam suatu aplikasi dan kita kembangkan dan kita upload banyak pengunjung, karena kan memang teknologi ini yang dilihat adalah seberapa besar dia didapatkan terkait kunjungan ke linknya dia.
Itu
ini
berapa
kan
bulan income-nya segitu?
3 bulan. Ini hanya sebatas kita melihat, merekam dari event tersebut, ya konser tersebut, dan kita upload. Dan itu kan memang originalitas, tidak mengambil dari yang lain. Nah, itu keywordnya dari YouTube. Dan itu yang dilakukan dengan mendapatkan passive income dengan berapa viewer, misalkan 1000 viewer, ya itu sudah dapat sekitar 7 juta untuk periode 3 bulan.
Juga ya.
Nah, kayaknya
Iya,
sebentar
Pak.
lagi Pak Wawan ini kayaknya buka TikTok ini.
Ya, saya nanti membuat suatu edukasi dalam mempelajari. Mungkin Pak Dandi
kayaknya
bisa nih.
betul. Soalnya kita harus memanfaatkan smartphone yang canggih-canggih itu ya. Smartphone itu kan canggih luar biasa. Banyak teman-teman ini pasti smartphone-nya keren-keren. Nah, itu bisa dimanfaatin itu.
Ya, mungkin Pak Dandi yang lebih expert terkait bahasa Inggris mungkin bisa suatu tutorial ya Pak Dandi ya.
Iya, saya jadi kepikiran saya pengen bikin jadi banyak ide-ide ya nanti untuk nge-share lewat TikTok ya. Sepertinya gini, saya tuh lagi senang main badminton ya. Sekarang itu badminton itu cari di YouTube terus tiba-tiba keluar di TikTok gitu. Pendek tapi informatif itu. Saya suka. Jadi saya nanti insya Allah nanti saya akan bikin TikTok sebanyak-banyaknya.
Baik.
Itu. Jadi kepo juga pengen bikin.
Itulah digital Pak ya.
Nah, itu Pak Dandi jangan kalah sama mahasiswanya. Mahasiswa Pak Dandi ini banyak di sini. Jadi Bapak dosen harus lebih canggih. Ya, Pak dosen sekarang harus lebih canggih. Oke, kayaknya ini Pak Muslim coba dia. Pak Muslim seperti sekali. Selamat.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum
Pak
Pak Muslim.
Assalamualaikum. Mangga, saya persilakan. Saya berikan waktu dan tempat kepada moderator kembali, Pak Dandi dan Pak Wawan. Thank you.
Ya, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum Pak Muslim.
Waalaikumsalam Pak Wawan.
Alhamdulillah.
Sorry agak telat.
Ya, terima kasih nih Pak atas waktunya untuk webinar kami. Ya mungkin saya coba dengan Pak Dendi untuk bisa dilanjutkan Pak.
Well, thank you very much for coming. As the next speaker, Bapak Haji Muslim Amiran SMC Infotech will be starting the material. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dani and Mr. Wawan Setiawan and Ibu Lena atau Miss Lena. I don't know Miss or Mrs. Still, thank you for your inviting. Okay, can I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, hang on. Are you able to see my screen?
On process, I think on process.
Yeah, far away. Yeah, Aceh and Bandung is thousands kilometers. So now coming Jakarta.
But this one is not any major right now, yeah, Pak Muslim. Okay, we can see your presentation slide.
Okay, thank you very much. this is a very weak time to prepare this presentation. Since Ms. Lena may be giving me only a few days ago, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
let's
you.
talk. Yeah. Let's talk about the activity link and match, synergizing between education, global technology, and industry. My perspective is, even though today we face with high recession, inflation, stagnation, and a lot of tension, but I still view an optimistic of Indonesian for future. Okay, Mr. Dandi, do you want to say something? Because you raised your hand. No.
No. No, someone's coming into my room.
Okay, someone giving you assalamualaikum. Okay, no problem. Okay, this is a few discussion. I would like to brief some good news of Indonesia, but I put in the back of presentation. But today I would like all of us not see Indonesia, but our front yard, our halaman kita now is ASEAN Pacific. Okay, we will see Indonesian position in the Asia Pacific. So we will look Asia Pacific region and its populations, and what's best of Indonesia, about Indonesia education, and the Pacific education, global technology, future industry, and snapshot from worker or labor. Okay, Mr. Dandi and Mr. Wawan Setiawan, I don't know in Bandung you still have such condition. We look around Indonesia today, the education condition is, I would like not to say terrible, but it is difficult for our children to reach a very good education. But they only can get what you say maybe standard. I have an experience when I do KKN in Melabu, Nagan Raya. It's about 200 kilometers from Banda Aceh.
Yeah.
And the school inside of Palm Plantation, Kelapa Sawit, they have 6 classes, but the company only giving the school only 1 teacher. So you can imagine 1 teacher teach 6 classes. It's very hard to think, yeah.
Yes.
So such condition around Indonesia, and I'm very sad if we look or we listen, we read a lot of money goes to corruptor of Indonesia and then goes to oligarchy of big company from overseas, but a little bit money go to education, and that's not enough. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is Indonesia position in ASEAN in reading, mathematics, and science.
Apologize, Pak Muslim. The presentation slides still remain.
Not move. Okay, I would like to refresh them.
Yeah.
What about now?
Yeah. Okay. We can see now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Indonesian position at the moment in ASEAN. So we number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are number 6 in the science competence. Singapore is still number 1, Malaysia is the 2nd, and Brunei the 4th, Thailand, and then Indonesia. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. What does it mean, number 5? So it is very hard to make Indonesian people think logically, mathematically, or naturally. I'm very sad when we heard that in Kanjuruhan, Malang, such accidents.
Yes.
You know how police can spread a lot of things, gases in the closed stadium. That's I cannot imagine, yeah, because I was an activist. So when we face police in the demonstration and we put the gases and we run, that's still very bad. What about inside of stadium? So the police first cannot think mathematically, and the second, they have no heart. I think Indonesian people, Indonesian leaders, they have to love the student, the self, the family, mathematically and rationally. And so the problem of education in Indonesia, the first is poverty and then low participation, especially from women. More than 50% of labor or worker in Indonesia is alumni of junior high school. So how to enter to industry or to high technology is very bad. In Aceh at the moment, I am a head of BAN PAUD PNE, Badan Akreditasi Nasional Pendidikan Anak Usia Dini, and also Pendidikan non formal. So this year we get 700 school. We have to be accredited. And what happened? We say a lot about generasi emas Indonesia, but in fact that a lot of teachers in PAUD, they have no got salary. I have experience in Aceh Tamiang. I asked how much your salary for the month. He said that, oh, it increased now. So increase from how much and to how much. She said that last year we get 100 a month, 100,000 a month, and now it raised 50, so 150,000 a month. For 1 month for one teacher to teach our gold generation. You can imagine, Pak Wawan. She come from the other side of river and then using rakit and also motorcycle in rakit, move to the other side of river and only get 150,000 a month. That's you know, like mission impossible. So I think that we have to encourage our leader to put a lot of money, not for character or for anggota DPR, but we have to put a lot of money to encourage our education. The problem of poverty and the low participation, especially for women in economic activities, also reason why it is difficult for Indonesia to attract investor attention and become part of Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Therefore, if Indonesia want to enter category of high income or negara maju in 2055, so there need to be a solution to the problem equality poverty. Okay, so there is a challenge where education for productivity, the issue in equal distribution of education. I have another experience going to Aceh Jaya. Aceh Jaya is about 2,000 kilometers from Banda Aceh. A young person, they are learning how to do automotive bengkel. They learn about it 1 month in Aceh Jaya. And he alumni of a junior high school. And you know what we get? He's very happy. He was very happy. He said that after this training or education, I will open my own bengkel. Because last time I have no skill. So a lot of problem for education of Indonesia. I think the next president have to put a big portion of attention to education. Not like today, a lot of our concentration we put in infrastructures. Okay, next. This is our current position, number of higher education. Have a look. A lot of campus in Indonesia is private universities. Only 55 sekolah tinggi, and then more than 2,000 compared to 2045, 454. So by no guarantee of quality in a private university, so we will not have a very good alumni. So that's a Ministry of Education not only speak about Merdeka Belajar, but he or his team should guarantee education in private school. Okay, this is a framework of Indonesian national quality. If you look here that more than 50% of Indonesian worker is alumni of sekolah menengah pertama. So only in grade 1 and then grade 2, but grade 4 and grade 3 to 9 is a very small number. So our position now is in sekolah menengah pertama and sekolah menengah atas. So a very little people going to university. That's second problem of Indonesia. Pak Wawan, maybe you agree with me that if we want to build our nation, we want to build our country, we should have a clever or smart people. You agree or not? Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
If not, the accident like in Kanjuruhan or in somewhere, it will repeat again.
Correct.
1 month, last month in Aceh, because when the football competition between Banda Aceh fight with Medan, USU, PSMS. So after Kutaraja lost 2-1 with Medan, and then what happened? Even though no fightings with police as happened in the Kanjuruhan, they burned the stadium. You can imagine how they burned the stadium. Okay.
Yes.
So burning, fighting. I think a lot of people, a lot of our young people at the moment, they not teach by student, but they teach by game like Higgs Domino or Mobile Legend.
Yeah.
Or firefight. That's what happened today, every day.
Yes.
So without getting a good education, we will get a very worse generation in the future. So I think we have to put our attention not only to scientific things, but also to hard things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have to be very rational. Okay, this is a population in Asia Pacific. Asia Pacific countries, we are number 3. So after China and India, we are number 3 here. This is our home now. So our attention is not only to Indonesia. We have to put our attention to India and China. This is a very big market. Otherwise, if we look to Indonesia inside day by day, so we will be only a marketplace for them to market the product. Like Singapore today, day by day we look Singapore. I have been 1 month in Singapore in 2018. When I went to Marina Bay in the afternoon, a lot of tankers from Indonesia stand there. They bring a lot of crude oil to Singapore, and then from Singapore they process the oil to be Pertamax, to be Pertalite, and to be after, and then Singapore market again to Indonesia. See, it's what happened today.
Yes.
And you know that China has no palm plant, but they export a lot of palm oil. Why? Because they buy a lot of crude oil from Indonesia. And then also nickel. They have no nickel mining, but Elon Musk produced Tesla, okay, electricity car, buy a lot of nickel from China. So you can imagine where nickel come from. It's come from Indonesia. So if we have no people can make added value for such potential mining, so day by day we only get maybe only tax. We have a lot of gold and coal in the Freeport. But what happened today? In our university, maybe about 100 people from Papua through assimilation program. They go to Aceh, they learn about. But you know what? It's very difficult. You know, when we teach them to study mathematics, like you have right side and left side, we have to be balanced in mathematics formula. For example, x1 plus 5 equal to y1 plus 5, so equal. But the people from Papua is not get such formula yet. While such education they have to learn in junior high school, but now they are in university. What happened? So we can assume that in Papua, education is not standard yet.
Yes.
It's from with Aceh. What happened if we compare to Bandung, to Jawa, to Jakarta? It's very far. So I think the next president or no president not only make the price equal to the whole of Indonesia, but the big problem is how to make education is standard for the whole of the entire Indonesia. So not like today, a lot of good education universities in Java, meanwhile in Timur Indonesia or Sumatra is very, very far different.
Yes.
So that's our problem. Have a look in 2030, a lot of crazy rich population will be in Asia Pacific region, but no Indonesia there. Can look first, Singapore, Australia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, South Korea, New Zealand, Japan, China, Malaysia, and Thailand. Where Indonesia? Meanwhile, Indonesia, we have a very big population, more than 2,050 million people here, but no one crazy rich. I mean, no, less than 2%. Why? Because now Indonesia is still a market for them. We are like a big sugar, the end come, and then we buy. For example, today we use Samsung mobile phone, and then iPhone, Xiaomi, whatever. Please tell me where or what Indonesian product made in. You have it, Mr. Wawan?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
Nothing.
correct.
So, Mr. Dandi, do you have an Indonesian mobile phone in your hand?
Aimo.
Aimo, mashallah. And it's the same like in computer. We use a lot of computer, but please tell me what is Indonesian made in. You have it?
I think no habits.
No. So I think University of Digital should think to produce such product, even though it's very difficult because policy Indonesia is not in our position.
Yes.
For example, when Jokowi, President Jokowi, Mr. Jokowi want to produce SMK car, what happened until today? Is it exist or not?
Not so very significant, I think, Pak Muslim.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's happened. Why? Is it because we have no person to create such car, or because of policy?
Maybe one of them is policy. Yeah.
Yeah, because I assume that a lot of manufactured from Japan, from Korea, or whatever, they don't want Indonesia to be in negara maju. If Indonesia to be negara maju, so we can produce all of stuff to our person. But today, they want Indonesia only be like today. So we buy from everywhere, but we not produce something.
Yeah.
Even a car, even a motorcycle. So, so a lot of things make us sakit kepala Indonesia.
Pusing, right?
Yeah, pusing.
Yeah, we are the market, not the producer. Yeah.
We are the market, not the producers. So that's no one crazy risk Indonesia to 2%. Because if we want to be a rich people, if you want to eliminate poverty, so you have to be producer first, not to be what you say buyer. Because so how to improve this situation? I think we have improved from our mindset first. In this world, all of rich goes to the people who has a mindset how to produce. But only 10% of rich in the world goes to the people thinks how to buy, not how to produce. So firstly, I think we should change our mindset how to produce something from small one, maybe from our computer, maybe from our mobile phones. So I suggest to this university to think about it. So you have your own product, not everything to buy every time to buy, because it's take a lot of cost. Okay, next. I hope next year Pak Wawan can to be a crazy rich in Indonesia. Amin.
Amin.
Yeah.
Pak Muslim also, yeah.
Amin. And also Pak Dendi, because Pak Dendi want to produce a lot of book or a lot of TikToks. I think yeah.
All of Biden also, hopefully they can be changing about the mindset, yeah.
Yeah.
To make the group
Saya nggak dengar TikTok barusan.
Yeah.
Pak Muslim punya TikTok.
I haven't yet. I
Okay.
haven't yet. But I have Facebook and Instagram, because besides as lecturers, every day I run my business, my travel business. So why I late because today one of customer in Malaysia asked me to give travel package to Banda Aceh and to Sabang. They have 15 people to want to dive in Sabang, so I have to make such packet first. So I'm sorry. Okay, now let me talk about link and match, synergy between education and industry. Okay. When I was in Singapore 2 months in 2018, as I told before, in NYP Nanyang Polytechnic. Okay, what happened? I do learning in information technology and also in food processing a lot. I I see a lot. What happened in the country and in the polytechnic there? You know what happened in industry? They install in the polytechnic. For example, food processing. They make a lot of bread. So the machine in the industry is the same with the machine they install in the campus. Okay, so teaching factory is not only says teaching factory, but they learn what happened in the industry. They learn in campus. So when the alumni finish and they go to industry, it's not different. But Indonesia, after they graduated from one university, the company have to spend maybe 3 months or 6 months to teach again the alumni. Okay, in information technology, they have a lot of company in Singapore. So each company is given a place or a site in the university to install the technology. For example, Cisco, they install the Cisco there in the campus. And when the employee in the company want to learn or want to improve the knowledge, they go to campus. They not be taught in university, but they send to campus to learn. So campus and industry is very link and match. Okay. For institution, they should have in-service training for technical specialists and operator. They have education curriculum and programs. It relate to curriculum or standard operational procedure or SOP in industry. Okay, and then the information on modern technology or global technology. They have offer places for industry to exposure or to install such technology in the campus. And for technical consultant for problem solution, they can consult or they can discuss the problem with promotion in-house training. When I was in Australia, I take one subject called data communication. But data communication, the lecturer from university only opening the training, and then the people from one industrial telecommunication come to campus and bring the kuliah, bring the teaching every day. So between campus and company and industry is a very link and match. I don't know it's can happen in Indonesia or not, but today maybe a little bit. We are pushed to do something, but we don't get a lot of compensation to give to company. Okay, so as you know that price or cost or salary, one lecturer is very different with the company where. 3 years ago, I be chairman of recruitment for BP Migas Aceh, Badan Pengelola Minyak dan Gas Aceh, like small SKK Migas. I'm very surprised that one alumni undergrad from the USA, but Acehese people want to join. When I asked how much your salary, he said that my salary only 5,000.
No.
You know how much 5,000?
5 million.
Yeah, 75 millions is only S1, only undergrad. But how much our undergrad can be paid in Indonesia? So Pak Wawan, that's very far. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
apologize, Pak Muslim. The presentation the left only 10 minutes. It might be After that, we will have question and answer in order to make more improvement about more knowledge about the to audience.
Yeah, I would like to make it fast. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So this is vocational implementation in Indonesia. The government focus on improving the capacity human resource through professional education and training. But in fact, 58% of working age population are the highest level of SMP or junior high school. That's the problem for joining to industry. And the development of vocational education is seen as shortcut to develop human resources. However, the standard of education in Indonesia is very weak, very low. So now let's talk from education to industry. Okay, this is a new trend, technology in 2022, especially in IT. If you can see that, I tried to present 20 from 3D and 4D printing, 5G, artificial intelligence and machine learning, blockchain and distributed ledger, cloud and edge computing, CNPs, cloud native platform, and then cryptocurrency for digital payment form, and then cyber security mesh for tiny security, and then digital twin for simulation projects, and then distributed enterprise for hybrid office. You can open your office even in your home, so you don't have to own or to buy a shop. And then drone and unmanned aerial vehicles, financial technology of fintechs. So now if you want to open bank, you can do not by office, but only bank in digital one. And then hyper automation, robotics, Internet of Things, online gaming and esport, quantum computing to make a very fast process of calculation, video conferencing, VR, video reality like we saw in the Player One movie, wearable and human augmentation, and also the 7 amazing needs of IO Young. This is Wi-Fi. This is 10 or 12 industries in Indonesia. First, tourism and support services, communication and media cluster, energy, oil and gas cluster, health cluster, manufacturing cluster, food and fertilizer cluster, plantation and forestry cluster, mineral and coal, insurance services and pension fund, financial services and infrastructure services. But from this one, which is the big five. This is the big five. From first agribusiness, and the second tourism, and then healthcare, e-commerce, and this is what we call now tenaga migran Indonesia, not TKI anymore. We look from the global supply chain or value chain in Indonesia now, all increase. Not, I mean, the need increase, but the supply is very low. We know the war in Russia and Ukraine is make a lot of country now like no food, no money. Even though in British England, a lot of students to be PSK. I don't know what English said PSK. Okay, so to support global change, we should have cheaper transportation costs, low, and then advanced technology and information, more open trade policy, economic growth in several countries. If we have no such things, so a lot of investors goes to China or goes to India, not to Indonesia. Why? Because we have lack of human resources. Today, Alhamdulillah, maybe this happened. Not so a car produced by one country, but a lot of parts from several countries. For example, maybe axles from India, and then gasoline engine from Indonesia, diesel from Thailand, a propeller shaft from India and Thailand, velocity joint from Philippines. So what does it mean? Does it mean is we should have can collaborate with others. So our students should have three things. First, they should have knowledge or skill about that one, and then the second one, they can speak English well, and the third, they have they should have they can manage themselves in time management or in group team. So not only hard skill they need, but also a soft skill. Okay. Okay. And then a snapshot from industry labors. Now, a lot of people want to work not in office, but a lot outside of office. And then a lot of people now to work hybrid, maybe one day in office and one day outside. And also, a lot of people now want to get a big salary. Unfortunately, the company want to have a specialized of skill. So if our university want to have a good alumni, we should give this specialized one. So not only ijazah they need, but certificate of specialization. Okay, this is condition of 2016. So by closing this one, I want to give a few good news of Indonesia. Firstly, the people say Indonesia will be negara maju in 2036. Amin, Rabbal Alamin. Number 8. Okay. And then now Indonesia best Islamic economy in number 4 after Uni Emirat Arab. I think we will be number 3 or number 2. And now a lot of decacorn and unicorn grow very fast in Indonesia, and we compete with Singapore here, like Grab from Singapore, but GoTo from Indonesia, C from Singapore, but GNT from Indonesia, decacorn, and a lot of unicorn like Bukalapak and then Traveloka, Razer, and so on. What does it mean? Does it mean is they need a lot of human resources based on information technology. And also we have a lot of gedung pencakar langit, skyscrapers number 8 in the world. And also now we be number 2 in tourism. I mean, a lot of people want to come to Indonesia. We have beat Malaysia, but we still lost from Singapore. So now our competitor is Singapore. You know what? If you want to be a winner, you should have your enemy. For example, look China. I was in China 2009 and 2010. In every day, the mindset is, who is your enemy? They said, our enemy is United States. We have to fall down United States. So wherever come to United States, they make it lose. So, and then have a look Japan. They China want to beat United States, and then Japan to beat China. That today Korean beating Japan. What is it? We should have our enemy if you want to be a winner. I think Singapore is good for our enemy. A lot of stuff from Indonesia, a lot of product, raw product from Indonesia giving to Singapore, like chocolate, and then fruit and oil and gas also. But what happened then? Singapore to be center of Southeast Asia, and we are to be a marketer or a market. Sorry. So I think for future Power One, we have to beat Singapore if you want to be negara maju. Otherwise, we cannot.
Correct.
Okay. For conclusion, first, the problem of poverty and low participation in economic activities is caused by difficult Indonesia attracting investor attention and low human resources. If Indonesia want to enter the category of high income country or developed country in 2045, There need to be a solution the problem inequality and poverty through investment in education for human resources. Or you should have enemy, that is Singapore, because Singapore has a very good education. We should beat. But today, Ministry of Innovation from Singapore. And then many jobs in global industry require specialists in their respective fields. Indonesian education must be able to produce graduates who are able to add value or to give value added to domestic product by using global technology. And last but not least, we must be optimistic about Indonesia futures. Even though the world globally is heading for recession and stagflation, Indonesia's natural resources and potential and good economic growth are still able to withstand this bad situation and this bad condition. Why? Because Indonesia is negara pejuang. We cannot lose is we can to be united. But besides the skill of the global technology, we should have our heart to love our people, the poor people. Okay, thank you very much. Therefore, back to Mr. Dandi. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Sorry, Pak Dandi is still mute the speaker.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Muslim. So let me conclude from my point of view. So we have the word link and match, education and industry. So thank you very much for giving us a practical solution. So to bridge the gap is by having a mindset as a producer, not as a market, because everyone in the world now see Indonesia as a market. Well, I can see that the simple way is teaching factory. So institution and the company should work together. For example, the company put the machine in the institution, so the student in institution can study, can learn the real problem. So after they find something better, they can contribute to the industry, and it helps and it can improve our industry, and it can make our country much better. You know that we are number 4 in the world, but we are just market, and we have no identity. If we mention one brand, we will remember one country. For example, if I mention Toyota, everyone will remember Japan and Japan.
Right.
And yeah, okay, that's my conclusion. And well, that's all my conclusion. Thank you. Now I'm giving the time to the audience, just in case they have questions. Please go ahead.
I like you, Mr. Dandi. You can get conclusion. It's very good. It's very well. Mantap.
Kita lagi azan ini ya.
Yeah, yes, so break for a moment.
Break for a moment for them.
Okay, sebentar. 3 minutes. Burani Olivia. Burani Olivia. Oh, ya.
Okay.
Oke, lanjut.
Let's go back to our topic about link and match. Now it is time for the audience to give your questions. Please give your questions.
Yeah, if there any audience would like to have some question related with link and match, or the being related with the presentation from Pak Muslim, yeah, you can have you can write in the chat room. So maybe I would like to ask to Pak Muslim, I a little bit curious, yeah, related with the presentation. 57% the people employee in Pacific are satisfied with their job, which means almost the half person is not satisfied. So what kind of the issue, or what kind of matter this kind of people who are not employee is not satisfied with their job? Can you have explanation about this result, Pak Muslim? What happened with this one?
Tadi I answer now or answer after all of participant question, because I look in the screen, it is Pangki Anom and Miss Anggit Praharasti raised the hand.
Okay, I think to compile ya Pak Dendi ya, or
Okay, let us see. Pak Anggit, maybe you can send your
yes, please.
question.
No, Pak Anggit, I think Anggit.
Pak Anggit. Okay, please go
Bu
ahead.
Anggit.
Bu Anggit menjadi
Sorry,
mister.
forgive me.
I'm
Sorry.
a woman.
Yeah.
And Pungki Anom.
Yeah.
Okay,
Please
thank
go
you.
ahead.
Thank you for the opportunities. I like the speaker's quote. Indonesia adalah negara pejuang. Ya, this webinar attendance. I think it's students. Ya, how can be a student? We as a student can be the winner in human resources battle. Jadi in job, or maybe when we open a new business. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Anggi. And then one more, Pak Dani.
Okay, please. Another question.
Mr. Pungki Anom.
Okay, Mr.
Please.
Sorry. Assalamualaikum. I have a question about how far our government is can synergizing with our people, with their people, because I see in the news today our government police is not synergizing with us, and then the complicated is when our government is won, make us become a market. How about that?
Good, Pangki Anom.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bahasa
Mr.
Inggris itu susah loh, Pak Muslim. Jadi bagi yang mentalnya bagus, good.
That's a good question from Mr. Pungki, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I try to answer, Miss Pak Dendi, izin.
Please.
Okay, I would like to answer from the last questioner, Mr. Pungki. how far the government synergizing people, meanwhile, in fact, our people now become market. Okay, maybe Pak Wawan is better to answer this question.
I think the expert from Pak Muslim who have made the experience about
No,
dealing with-
I and Mr. Punky is the same. We are like a bit disappointed, yeah, Pak Punky, yeah. Okay. How to answer? Yes, we are now become a very big market country. Okay, almost all of high-tech product from outside, from overseas. Government, I think, have a very good intention to make a better condition for Indonesia. For example, we see that Dirjen Pak Wikan Subianto makes a very good one, but I don't know why he suddenly mengundurkan diri. I don't know why. So how to make our country is not market, not anymore, but in some product, yes, by first collaboration. A lot of investment we have to put in campus. For example, in Singapore, if we try to teach our students, so the government should put a lot of like a factory machine in the campus. For example, maybe I show you 20 new technology product in IT. So the government should put the 20 product in the campus, and campus should learn what about the technology and what about the system algorithm and whatever about the technology. In China, if one technology coming, so they do factorizing, they do fabrication, they open the technology things, and they learn everything about technology, and they make a very good one. So we call maybe ATM, yeah, amati tiru modifikasi. So the government should encourage our people to do that one. And then the second one, I think the government have the right or brave to say no for oligarchy. For the moment, when our government want to produce a low-carb LGCC, okay, from oligarchy or big economy, or Pak Dani said Toyota, I should mention the Mere. So maybe they give a lot of money to Papa Minta Saham, okay, to deliver.
Masih ingat minyak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they put a lot of money, so somebody deliver that one and make policy that we should build a LGCC by the overseas company, but we have no Indonesian company at the moment to produce mobil nasional, Mopnas. And then last but not least, like Mr. Dendi conclude that our people should change the mindset. We have to be mindset producer, not a buyer. By changing our mindset producer, it means menghasilkan. So we can learn, and we fight for that. So Mr. Punky, you have to be very specialized in your field. So not only buy and buy, but we have to learn how to produce these things, even though a very skilled one. And then to Bu Anggit Prahasti, Indonesia is negara pejuang. How can be the student can to be a winner? Okay, firstly, I would like to tell you that beside hard skill, we should teach them, we should give them the first mindset of winning. the first mindset to be winner. The first one, it's not enough only be confidence at the moment. Self-confidence is not enough anymore. We have to be self-efficacy. Self-efficacy means they not only produce by themselves, but they can sell what they have. They can say, hey, I have product. Can you buy my product? Or can you criticize my product? So our student not only be confident by themselves, but they confident what they make, what product they have, like a small enterprise at the moment. And when they are student, they are not learn about the hard skill, but we should give them another soft skill like public speaking, negotiation, and then struggling, or work on the team, and then also how to make collaboration with the others. Because of very long poverty situation and war in the past, a lot of our people very unconfident if facing like a bullet, like the people from overseas. Meanwhile, bullet sometimes is more stupid than us. Okay, so we have to be self-efficacy of ourselves before facing the people from overseas. So we have to teach to our student that the first, our front yard, no, not only Indonesia, but Southeast Asia, Asia Pacific, and then also world itself. You know, Singapore, they learn and they trade and they teach a lot outside of Singapore. Inside of Singapore is only standard people, but a very good people, they fight overseas. For example, when South Korea be freedom, and then they ask for the new president, hi, Mr. President, should we go back to South Korea? And the president say, no, you have to be overseas. You have to learn something and make our product from South Korea can market in that one. So all Indonesian entities now, they don't have to be back to Indonesia, but they can market Indonesia outside. So we should have our student proud of themselves, and then be marketer of our product, even though a small product. And then a very hard questions from Pak Wawan. Okay, I get that snapshot from PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers survey from 8,000 workers around Asia Pacific, and 57 now are satisfied to the job. Why? Because they want to work in the office at any time, from morning, from 8 to 5. No, they want to work everywhere. So today, a lot of people, they want to work hybrid. So half in the office, half outside. Why? By doing that one, they can feel how to be independent, how to be time flexible. So salary is not too important at the moment for millennials workers. They want to have a social things, and also from the company now they ask more specialization. Meanwhile, the worker a very limited specialization. So I suggest that from Universitas Teknologi Digital to make sure every people graduated or alumni from our university, they should have a small specialization. For example, if they from networking, they should they can handle how to make LAN system, or they can manage the remote system, wireless system, or they can handle security system of computer. So by having a lot of certification or specialization in the field, we can make sure our student will empower in their future. A lot of things from a snapshot from what the W Cooper and Pak Wawan, I will send you the article if you're interested in. Thank you very much. Bu Lena, I will send to Bu Lena the article and then please deliver to Mr. Wawan. Yeah, thank you Pak Dandi.
Mau
Okay.
dikirim artikel katanya.
Again, I give you the forum question just in case you are curious to know more. I'm counting from 10 to 1. 10, 9.
This is like boxing arena.
Oh yes, it is. Yeah.
Apa mau
8,
foto?
7. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think there is no more question, but just in case one of us has question, you can address later. Okay, it's still open. Now, what should we do? Take a picture together.
Apa ini mau foto atau mau ngapain?
Oh yes, as usual, just like before. Just like before. We need a memory. We need a memory so we can take a picture together.
Okay.
Okay, we hand over to Bu Lena maybe to because the question already finished, and then yeah, we take the breaking first or something like ice breaking, yeah, maybe.
Ice breaking. Nggak sih ice breaking Pak Muslim. Oke, selamat siang Pak Muslim.
Yang Ibu.
Iya, nah beliau ini sibuk loh teman-teman. Jadi dari kepadatan kegiatan hari ini menyempatkan pada kita berbagi tentang teknologi ya, tentang apa yang terjadi hari ini. Nah, gimana pandangan Pak Muslim nih? Ini merangkum dalam bahasa Indonesia lah ya. Mana tahu teman-teman ada yang ingin speak ngedengar ngobrol bahasa Indonesia. Dari tadi bahasa Inggris kita hampir 90% bahasa Inggris hari ini. Mudah-mudahan nggak pada loading ya. Iya, jadi kalau bicara teknologi, memang sejauh mana sekarang sudah ini
Boleh.
Yang disebut teknologi itu kan artinya sudahkah kita menggunakan itu dan sejauh mana kita berprogres untuk itu dan apa kira-kira yang perlu dipersiapkan oleh teman-teman baik mahasiswa, baik dosen, baik kampus untuk mensinergikan semuanya agar menjadi sinkron satu kesatuan yang saling menguatkan gitu. Begitu Pak Muslim, mungkin saya sederhana saja. Mungkin yang berat-berat udah urusan Pak Wawan sama Dandi tadi udah lah ya. Kita yang hidup udah berat, jangan yang berat-berat. Ini kata teman-teman yang di sini nih, waduh hidup udah berat Bu, cicilan udah berat Bu. Tapi kayaknya hari ini kayak tambah berat. 90% menggunakan ting untuk menerjemahkan dengan berat. Sok silakan Pak Muslim.
Terima kasih ya. Ini urun pikir kita semua ya.
Betul.
Jadi saya pikir yang pertama bahwa Indonesia ini negara besar dan kita punya cukup potensi untuk maju. Kita punya tanah yang sangat luas, yang masih banyak yang belum ditanami, masih banyak yang belum dihuni. Kita banyak potensi alam dari tambang, kemudian pangan yang saat ini dikeluhkan oleh masyarakat dunia, kita punya banyak. Dan kita punya air yang masih cukup, walaupun kayunya udah banyak dipotong-potong. Yang kurang sama kita adalah yang pertama kepercayaan pada diri sendiri. Self-confidence, apalagi kalau self-efficacy. Apa beda self-confidence sama self-efficacy? Self-confidence itu kita believe, kita percaya bahwa insya Allah Allah itu udah menetapkan rezekinya di langit, di Lauhul Mahfuz. Jadi urusan rezeki itu bukan urusan kita. Jadi kita harus membetulkan dulu makrifat kita. Bahwa urusan rezeki itu urusan Allah. Urusan kita adalah melakukan yang terbaik yang kita bisa. Kita melakukan hal-hal yang kita hanya disuruh untuk membuka pintu-pintu rezeki. Caranya adalah dengan memperbanyak kebaikan-kebaikan. Kebaikan untuk diri kita sendiri, menyebarkan kebaikan untuk kawan-kawan kita, mungkin ada sesuatu yang perlu dipelajari, kita ada sesuatu yang kita punya, kayak Pak Dendi tadi banyak hal, tapi belum pernah di TikTok-kan, perlu buat TikTok supaya menyebar. Gitu ya. Kenapa? Karena kebaikan itu akan tersebar. Kebaikan itu, saya sering menulis, nggak tahu untuk apa, tapi tiba-tiba ada orang yang katanya, bagus, membaca, dapat insight, dapat inspirasi, dan lain sebagainya. Kita nggak nyangka itu. Dan kebaikan itu akan kembali ke kita, karena tabungan kebaikan itu tidak akan pergi ke orang lain. Makanya, jadi yang harus pertama dibentuk adalah kita optimis orang Indonesia ini akan menjadi negara maju. Jangan kita terbeban dengan banyak sekali hal-hal yang ditiupkan dari asing. Indonesia akan terjadi resesi, Indonesia akan pecah belah, Indonesia akan hancur. Kemudian kita diadu antara satu kelompok dengan kelompok yang lainnya, antara buzzer dan Anies Baswedan misalnya, antara bonek dengan Aremania, Area Malang. Jadi orang kita itu masih berpikir konfrontasi ya. Padahal dirinya sendiri aja belum cukup dia pikir. Jadi kita harus menyayangi diri kita sendiri, menyayangi lingkungan kita, dan kemudian juga menyayangi anak-anak kita. Anak-anak sekarang itu adalah anak-anak yang cerdas. Mereka bisa belajar dari semua pintu ilmu. Lewat TikTok, lewat game, kemudian lewat internet, di mana saja, tidak hanya di dalam kelas. Jadi jangan kita membayangkan lagi bahwa kita adalah guru yang super pinter. Saat ini kita hanya perlu untuk mengencourage, mendorong mahasiswa kita untuk belajar lebih bagus untuk menghadapi kompetitor-kompetitor dari luar. Misalnya saya bilang sama Pak Dendi tadi, misal kita harus punya kompetitor nih, lawan dari Singapura. Kita lawan Singapura, kita kalahkan Singapura. Begitu kita punya musuh, kita tidak akan saling bersaing sama kita sendiri. Kita harus melawan orang luar. Gitu. Dan kemudian kita juga harus proud, harus percaya dengan barang-barang kita, produk-produk kita. Kenapa kita beli barang-barang produksi Indonesia? Itu bukan karena lebih murah, bukan karena lebih bagus, bukan karena penampilannya lebih cantik, tetapi karena kita tahu di sana itu ada saudara kita yang memproduksi itu dan dia butuh uang. Jadi uang itu tidak lari ke luar negeri. Hari ini coba lihat seluruh barang kita pakai, HP, komputer, kemudian kendaraan, itu semuanya kita melempar uang kita itu ke luar negeri. Belum ada yang barang yang berasal dari dalam kita. Jadi Bu Lena, seperti itu. Banyak hal yang harus kita pikirkan.
Betul.
Sementara ada pemerintah yang jadi dia hanya mengambil keuntungan untuk dirinya sendiri. Misalnya kayak tadi, membuat LGCC, padahal itu bisa dilakukan dalam negeri. Tapi mungkin ada perusahaan yang memberikan uang atau apa sehingga timbul polisi bahwa kita nggak membangun proyek nasional misalnya, tapi diambil dari luar. Padahal kalau dibangun luar biasa. Jadi itu Bu Lena. Jadi banyak yang harus kita lakukan.
Benar.
Memang tulis sudah berat, tapi jangan diberat-beratkan.
Betul,
Rezeki
betul,
itu
betul.
sudah ditulis.
Nah, itu dia.
Jangan pusing. Nah, rezeki itu sudah ada. Jadi jangan apa ya kata orang Jawa ya, jangan gerusa-gerusu, jangan apa ya. Jadi kalau saya sendiri memang selain dosen, saya mencoba juga untuk membuka pintu-pintu rezeki yang lain. Bisa.
Betul, sepakat Pak Muslim, sepakat sekali.
Perusahaan travel, kemudian saya juga kasih ahli untuk ITE, kemudian jadi ketua Badan Kreasi Nasional untuk Bahan PNF, kemudian kita sekarang lagi mendorong untuk bisnis universitas karena jadi PTNBH, dan jadi orang miskin akan mencari uang. Tapi orang kaya, dia akan menambah teman di mana-mana.
Betul, terima kasih Pak
Itu
Muslim.
ya.
Mantap.
Satu,
Nah,
ya. Terima kasih. Mungkin itu.
betul.
Teknologi
Ini
ada.
apa? Mungkin saya gini. Jadi pertanyaan itu sebenarnya untuk semua teman-teman bahwa kita punya potensi. Kita semua punya potensi. Jadi jangan merasa kita itu selalu di bawah. Kita punya potensi, kita punya keunggulan, tinggal digali. Udah gitu soft skill-nya kan tinggal dipelajari, banyak-banyak berteman mungkin ya Pak ya, yang gampang lah.
Betul, betul.
Banyak-banyak ngopi, ngobrol-ngobrol, tanya-tanya, begitu kali ya.
Betul,
Jadi
betul.
kita semua bisa berkolaborasi dimanapun. Buktinya beliau di ujung Aceh sana, di tempat saya lahir, di tempat saya besar sampai SMA. Dan saya sudah di sini sudah 30 tahun, Pak Muslim. Kita bertemu nanti di Banda Aceh. Nah, jadi apa? Kita punya potensi yang tadi Pak Muslim sampaikan, kebaikan itu harus ditebar ya. Kebaikan itu harus terus ditanam walaupun kadang-kadang manfaatnya itu tidak didapat hari itu. Jadi jangan lelah berbuat baik, jangan lelah belajar. Gelas itu harus dikosongkan ya Pak ya. Saya banyak belajar.
Oh ya, ada satu lagi Bu.
Siap.
Saya sekarang jadi sekretaris Badan Pengembangan Bisnis Universitas Syakwala. Jadi saya diajarkan oleh ketua saya, Pak Saifullah Muhammad tuh yang sekarang kita produksi banyak produk nilam, parfum dan lain-lain sebagainya. Kalau ada orang minta tolong, kalau memang kita bisa jangan pernah menolak.
Betul.
Contoh, saya belum pernah jadi presenter pakai bahasa Inggris. Tapi karena ibu yang meminta, kemudian Pak Nur yang rekomen, saya tidak ingin membuat kawan saya kecewa. Jadi saya sekarang kalau ada peluang dan saya bisa, saya pertama saya akan menawarkan orang yang lebih bagus yang bisa.
Betul, lakukan.
Kalau nggak ada ya udah saya sendiri yang itu. Maksudnya jangan takut. Pokoknya jangan don't be afraid. Jangan takut. Jangan pernah menolak sesuatu. Insya Allah bisa. Karena saya prinsip dari dulu, kalau orang lain bisa, insya Allah kita juga bisa.
Nah itu good, bagus banget. Jadi teman-teman, dari saya cuman ini saya penanya terakhir sebelum saya melempar ke moderator juga. Jadi kita ini jangan selalu melihat kelebihan orang lain, lihat kelebihan diri sendiri. Anda punya potensi, kita punya potensi, kita bisa, kita mampu, gitu ya. Pak, terima kasih banyak Pak Muslim. Saya kembalikan loh ke moderator pada Bapak Dandi dan Pak Wawan. Terima kasih.
Okay, I think it's time for us to have a memory, taking a picture together. Maybe the operator.
Mangga kita foto, udah foto tadi udah?
Udah fotonya?
Oke, kita sudah foto belum?
Belum, yang kedua belum.
Sesi foto dengan Pak Muslim belum? Foto dulu, nanti Pak Muslimnya nggak ada foto, tidak ada jejak-jejak digital yang tertinggal gitu.
Mumpung masih ada kesempatan. Ayo.
Ya, kita mulai aba-aba ya. Dari operator tolong siap-siap.
Boleh dibuka teman-teman.
Yang teman-teman boleh dibuka untuk kita dokumentasikan. Ya, kita mulai hitung. Siap-siap. 1, 2, 3.
Yuk yang gokil, nggak apa-apa.
Satu lagi.
Santai,
ini
serius.
kita gaya
santai
bebas nih.
Boleh.
Gaya bebas.
Oke.
Kita mulai. 1, 2, 3. Terima kasih. Ya, nanti gayanya yang paling unik itu yang akan kita pilih ya, Bu Lena ya.
Wah, kita sudah pilih loh.
Pak
Tenang
Muslim
ya teman-teman.
unik gini nih.
Nanti,
gaya Pak Muslim gaya kekinian.
Meluncur.
Ini kompeten Pak.
Beliau
kalau ini kompeten.
Beliau teknologi, jadi harus terdepan itu.
Siap.
Saya
nanti adalah sertifikatnya untuk Pak Muslim.
Oke, terima kasih.
Baik, ya. Ya, kami kira sudah acaranya seluruh tersampaikan ya Pak Dandi.
Iya, sudah.
Ya, mungkin ya kita mulai untuk closingnya Pak. Silakan Pak.
Sama siapa? Aku?
Iya, silakan Pak Dandi.
Okay, thank you very much for everybody. I hope that we can learn from this, and I hope that in the next event we can be together again for different situation. To Pak Muslim, jazakallah khair. Dan by this, let me close this meeting by saying Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirobbilalamin. Oke, back
Oke.
to Bu Anggit
Udah.
as the MC.
Oke, terima kasih teman-teman semua.
Terima kasih, Kak.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, well, thanks a lot to Mr. Wawan and Mr. Dendi, and also the speaker, Mr. Muslim Amiran. Thank you very much for the information and knowledge have been given to us, and maybe it be useful for all of us. And ladies and gentlemen, this time has come for the end of the event. But before that, there's something we have to share. There is an announcement about the winner of the DAR prize. So for Ibu, Mrs. Lena Susilawati, time and place yours, please.
Oke, thank you. Ya, sudah menanti door prize. Ini kayaknya wajah-wajah ngarep ini tuh sih.
Thank you.
Saya senang deh ngeliatin kalau pada senang gitu. Jadi kita webinar ini sebenarnya kan selalu kelihatannya kaku. Janganlah, kita santai aja. Nah, saya umumin ya yang dapetin door prize ya. Nah, jumlahnya jangan dilihat dong. Yang penting nanti pasti akan merapat dengan jumlah yang akan disebutkan nanti ya. Saya sebutin namanya. Oke. Satu dari kemahasiswaan Universitas Teknologi Digital Bapak Taufik. Ya, yang kedua saya sebutkan yang kedua Elisa Pangkal Pinang. Nomor teleponnya 0821771006 bla bla bla. Oke. Yang ketiga Siti Supiah Universitas Teknologi Digital. Waduh, Haur Gambang, Batu Jajar Timur. Lalu yang keempat, Pungkianom Nurjailansah Mutakin dari UTD Bandung. Yang kelima, Mahdi Nur Ahmad SPD Dinas Ketenagakerjaan Kabupaten Bandung. Lalu 6, Desi Ratnasari Pangkal Pinang. 7, Saharani Nur Rahman Stembi Majalaya. Lalu Livia Syakila Ramadhani Universitas Teknologi Digital. Lalu Ibu Rani Rismawanti Eskom Universitas Teknologi Digital. Oke teman-teman, nanti akan kita kirimkan berupa Shopee Pay, berupa transfer cash. Jadi nanti kita komunikasikan ya. Selamat untuk yang mendapatkan door prize, mudah-mudahan bermanfaat dan bisa dimanfaatkan sebaik-baiknya. Silakan Bu Anggi, saya persilakan kembalikan kepada Bu Anggi.
Okay, thank you for Mrs. Lena and congratulations to all the winners.
Oh, sorry. Ada satu yang tertinggal Bu Anggit. Muhammad Maulana Aditya Universitas Teknologi Digital.
Okay, the last one.
Mudah-mudahan hadiahnya, door prize-nya bermanfaat. Ini dari seluruh panitia. Dan dengan keikhlasan hati, terimalah seberapapun ya. Atur mohon. Mangga, Bang Git.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Lena Susilawati. And once again, congratulations for all the winners. 11 winners. 11 ya, Bu?
Yep.
Okay. 11 winners. Congratulations to all of you. And ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for the speakers, lecturers, fellow students, committee members, and also our sponsors, pelitajabar.com, CV Bona Engineering, CV Mekar Laksana Jaya, and all attendees who have attended this webinar. I remind you again, to all participants, don't forget to fill in the attendance that have been chatted in the admin at chat Zoom. In guiding this event, I make mistakes or even someone here, please forgive me. Let's close the event by saying Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Let's create innovation.
Terima kasih ya
Lena, Pak
semuanya.
Dendi.
Ya, sama-sama Pak Wawan.
Alhamdulillah.
Dandi, apa kabar Pak Dandi?
Alhamdulillah sehat walafiat.
Beres ini.
Ya.